guys, today's rant will be on a knothole resident.
Oh boy, another little kid. And we all know the stigmas that are carried with little kids that go on the internet. I know that might be mean to say, but if there's one true onus that the commentary / rancher community does have, it is little kids. But hey, maybe this kid's rant might be good. I mean, I don't. Wait a minute, what did he say? A knothole resident? That's old news! Now, I am aware that a knothole resident is still on YouTube, although he's now known as DigiBrushStroke, and he's using ponies now instead of lording over Sonic. I don't really see how that's any better. He just went from one hell to another. But still, I bet you he's not even going to bring up DigiBrushStroke at all in this entire rant.
He is a classic Sonic fanboy. Like the plumber, but a little worse.
Two things. One, fanboy does not equal troll. Two, guys, it's 2012. Can we please stop talking about Mario the Plumber? He is old news. Very old news.
He made a video of him reacting to Sonic 4, and it was the absolute worst video I've ever seen in my whole entire life. The camera quality is crap.
When the quality of your camera makes your breathing sound like an ocean swell through an old analog filter, I don't think you have any right to criticize his video quality.
Hell, even mine is better, and I use a freaking webcam.
It obviously isn't better if I can hear you frickin' playing with the damn camera, because I can keep hearing a click in the background. Stop touching your damn camera.
Well, he probably does the same exact thing, but he's still, get a better quality camera, dude. I mean, I know I should be talking because I have a shitty camera, but hey, I'm using a webcam. He's using a webcam too, but I'm a kid. I don't have the money to afford an actual camera, and I don't know how to work it.
I'm sorry, but that's not really a good enough excuse. Considering the fact that, to me, you obviously sound like that you're younger than the age requirement that YouTube allows, I'm going to assume that you had to lie about here. So whatever age that you said, I'm going to treat you as that age, which means that you definitely should be smart enough to know how to use a camera. And plus, there's a lot of recording devices that are very cheap that you could use. You don't technically have to get a camera.
So that's why I use a webcam. So anyways, the Sonic 4 video he made was just a shitty-ass webcam quality video with him just sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna make a video.
Yes, and the video in question you're talking about was made over 2 years ago, and all the points on that video and about a knothole resident at that time have already been said to death.
I'm gonna rant about Sonic 4. I'm gonna watch the Sonic 4 trailer. Then he gets his freaking classic Sonic plush out.
I want to point out right here that so far in this commentary, I've had to cut out a lot of this video because in a lot of places, this guy just has a lot of gaps of silence that he just doesn't seem to edit out. Also, Sonic plush. I'm sorry, but at no point should an L ever be pronounced as a W unless you're using this in Polish.
He's like, this could be it, buddy. That's indication he's a classic Sonic fanboy. When people call him classic Sonic fag. Well, I hate classic Sonic fanboys. I hate modern Sonic fanboys, as you can tell in my last rant.
Which was another crappy rant that I was going to do in place of this video, but I thought this one was a lot better. But there's one point I want to bring up in that video. Now, the whole thing was pretty bad, but the one thing that bothered me was that in the video, he used the word gooder twice. That's not a word. If you want the correct form of the comparative word for good or well, it's better.
I'm a Sonic fan. Person who likes both classic and modern.
Let me guess. He's one of those people that believe in the idea of a true Sonic fan. Just because you don't like classic and modern doesn't mean you're not a Sonic fan. That's like saying that you're not a Sonic fan if you don't like every single game, when a lot of Sonic fans have certain games that they do not like. But
these fanboys are just way damn annoying. Why am I getting to another rant about fanboys? Back to knothole resident. A knothole resident is just blameless. He's like, all I see is a 2D thing with a stretched out Sonic and the green eyes. I mean, I thought he was gonna go on a whole rant like Mario the Plumber does. Mario the Plumber is a troll. It's not really that hard to figure out that he's a damn troll. He's like, he needs the good curls, the good eyes, good body proportion, blah 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 blah. But no, all he did was just like, what does Sega not understand about the term Classic.
And how come you don't understand the concept of not playing with your damn camera? I see a lot of little kids always doing this in commentaries and rants. Message for all little kids who are going to do commentaries and rants: don't play with your damn camera while recording!
Even though it was pretty much a classic game, just with a modern Sonic in it. And wait, all it is just a stretched out, green-eyed, long-quilled Sonic. There's no difference except his height. He has green eyes, and the length of his clothes are longer. There's no difference whatsoever.
You know, that probably would have been a really good point if only he wasn't playing with his web camera. How'd you like it if I did a commentary speaking in Mublakid? That would be horrible.
They're both blue, they're both fast, hell, they even both have the same exact sneakers, except Sonic's changed, sorta, in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, but I didn't. So yeah, as you can tell, Not Whole Resident isn't smart at all. In fact, he's a nitwit.
Oh, nitwit. We're starting to break out the first grader insults, aren't we?
A dumbhead. A dumbass.
I prefer the insult dumbhead over dumbass, thank you very much.
If you will. All he does is... And he's made this one failure. This other failure called... it's a Sonic fan film. If you've seen it, it's like... Sonic has... It has terrible animation. That's with the Stat AM Robotnik, the modern Sonic, the freaking modern Tails, the modern...
Could you please make that explanation again without using your super inside voice, please? I'm just gonna skip the rest of the description because I honestly have no idea what the fuck he's saying.
It was a crappy film with bad voice acting, bad freaking lip syncing, and freaking horrible animation.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's better than using one fucking picture throughout the whole damn video.
I can do better than MS Paint. And I can't even draw the character in the same place.
Hey, at least he's honest.
Once he'd be on the top right of the screen, then he'd be on the top left, then he'd be on the bottom right, then he'd be on the bottom left. And it'd still be a better animation than that douchebag. Yes, I'm using the term douchebag.
I don't see why you need to point that out to us, but okay.
To YouTube. He's more of a curse than any of the other people I've ranted to before. Mine's a plumber.
Which is an obvious, clear as daylight troll.
Is like darkness the curse compared to this guy. And freaking Pimpin' Master DX.
Which is someone else who's old news. Who's he gonna bring up next? Spax 3? Chad Warden? Chris Crocker?
Is like the angry video game nerd compared to this guy. Anybody is the angry video game nerd compared to this guy. Oh yeah. And if you want to know my thoughts about the quote-unquote AVGN whip-off, Alright Gamer,
then you're gonna have to go and watch the original video, because I'm not gonna listen through that shit. Because this is a problem that I have with little kids, is that they can't keep the attention on what they're supposed to be ranting about. This is, after all, a Not Whole Resident rant, and he hasn't really even barely talked about the guy at all. And you're seriously just gonna talk about Irate Gamer, something that's super tangential to what your video is about? So instead, I'm gonna do what Barry the Chopper does best and cut that part out. You're welcome, I just saved you 51 seconds of your life.
Well, this review is going too long.
Wouldn't have been as long if you learned how to edit out crap.
I'll see you guys later on Take the TV One Rants. One more thing about this guy. Has he left YouTube? Bye.
Seriously? Did you not do research before doing this damn rant? Why am I asking that? Of course you didn't. Seriously, dude, why did you do a rant on this? It's been 2 fucking years since all that drama took place, and now you decide to do a rant on it? My God! But to answer your question, yes and no. No in the sense that, well, technically the Not Whole Resident account is gone, but yes as in, yes, the guy is still on YouTube. Richard Kuda has an account called DigiBrushStroke, where now apparently he's also a brony, and of course the adult baby stuff is still in full force. Here's my question. Why the hell didn't you go after that? That stuff is recent. If you did a rant on that, I wouldn't have been as disappointed with this rant. But no, instead you do something that has been done to death So that way you don't have to work as hard, so that way you can just mimic all the points that have already been made and make it easier for you to do a rant. And even then, you don't even do a good job at making the same points that everyone else has right. I mean, pretty much you spend this entire 7-minute review talking about nothing. And what I mean by that is I could barely even hear what you were saying. But the stuff that you were saying, it was like stuff that people already knew, been told to death about, and other stuff was pretty much just tangential. You dragged out your points too long. So in all, this rant was pretty much a waste of time for everyone, mostly you. Well, I'm going to do 2 of those things. I think you guys can guess which ones those are. Also, little grammar lessons. After those commas, there's supposed to be a space. There were just so many things wrong with this video. Watching one stagnant icon that never changes throughout the video is really boring. Plus the fact that he fumbles around with his camera. His voice is barely legible. Plus the quality of the video does suck. And he's talking about something that's not only old, it's already been said to death, and also the fact he doesn't even stay on topic for most of the video. He doesn't even provide good reasons why an all resident is bad. He just says maybe 2 things, and that's about it. And even those 2 reasons aren't really enough for me to say, oh yeah, this guy's a complete douchebag. And one final point. Please do not do things that are done to death. If it's been done over and over again and is really old and all the points on it that need to be said have been said, then do not disturb the coffin and bury up an old issue. Let it lie. There are tons of other videos that you could commentate on and have done a better job with. Because, it's not like there's already a million different videos on this topic, all way better than this video. Also, what the fuck is up with that weird horse mutant Frankenstein thing in the background? Yes, why do you allow this? You realize that these hurtful comments can't get to you unless you allow them to? Because, and this is important, you can ignore these comments. Why don't people get this? It's not some Herculean task to do. If you're going to make an informative video, not only should you learn how to spell there right, but use it correctly. It's T-H-E-I-R, genius. It always seems like these text anti-bullying videos do this. They always want attention for this. They want comments, they want PMs, they want friends because they care. Horse shit! And if you had any common sense, you realize this power is just 2 words. Ignore them. This is not a hard concept. Bullies seek attention, so if you don't give them any attention, they leave you alone. If you make videos on them, like what you're doing, you're being counterproductive. No, because that's showing that the comment bothered you. That's called making the situation worse. Here's the thing, people. Blocking is a last resort. It's after ignoring has not worked, and sometimes it doesn't. If you keep getting all these nasty comments over and over and over daily or hourly, and you start to get nasty PMs involving death threats, then blocking is okay. But blocking someone after they left only 1 or 2 comments is called being a pussy. Plus, I'm betting that a lot of the times it's actually not a bullying comment, but maybe it's, I don't know, criticism. If they're not worth the time, then why did you make this video? See what I mean by being counterproductive? I want to point this out. Bullying isn't a trend. Bullying has been around forever. For however long physical and mental disabilities and exposure to different ethnicities and cultures has been around, that's how long bullying has been around. It didn't just suddenly start 2 weeks ago. Because it's definitely like most of the population doesn't know what bullying is. Social life, the fuck is that? Oh wait, you probably don't know what that is given your reaction to bullying. Ooh, sorry. Yes, send this vids to friends because I want to be popular! Yes, let's all stop them with horrible grammar! And then the video just goes into some bad effects with this person writing the lyrics to the song out. But I want to show this one thing that she writes. Right there. No one's gonna cry on the very day you die, you're a bully. You do realize that most of the time the reason why people bully others is because of insecurity and or being bullied themselves. Many bullies suffered extreme verbal, mental, physical, and even sexual abuse from another bully or even their family. Now, I'm not saying that bullying is okay, but you're making it sound like that bullies just want to be bullies because they choose to be, because they just want to be. That's not the case. I did not know you did not intend to make a profit off the mooski. Wait, stop. Not only do we have ourselves a text video, because those are definitely the best thing to use, but it's using some online game to do it? Wow. Windows Movie Maker text videos, eat your heart out. You have been replaced for the title of lazy text video making tool. Thanks to the warning from his game, he got cut off right there. See, this is why you don't use online games for a text video. What he said, though, was that he's making a video on the bronies and the brony haters. Spoilers! He praises the bronies and looks down upon the, quote, brony haters. So I'm just gonna skip him praising the bronies and get him to talking about the brony haters. Because there are many cases of bronies obsessing over the show and parading it around like it's a badge of honor, even though it's just watching a fucking show. There's a lot of sexual deviancy that's fairly prominent, and also they take any small dissenting criticism to the extreme and will whine and moan and bitch about it. Not all bronies do this, but to those that are bronies, I'm sure you are well aware that there are members like this in your fan base. Yeah, it couldn't be for any of the reasons I just mentioned. No, it's because we think that they're weird. Because apparently it's still 1955 and not 2013. So bronies have been ignoring all the hate that they get. Then why are you making a video on this? You just blatantly contradicted yourself. Wow! You realize that ignoring it means not making a fucking video about it, right? Apparently, you don't know what the word ignore means. But you just said that the bronies are ignoring the haters. But here you are complaining about the haters. I know this word has been used to death, but hypocrite correctly defines what you are. It's really sad that people still to this day do not realize that saying to leave something alone on the internet is probably the most counterintuitive thing to say. If you want something to be left alone, then don't put it up on the internet. Anything that you put up, you should be aware of the risks that are involved. So let me get this straight. Bronies ignore the haters. Yet if people don't leave them alone, they're going to treat others badly back. Do you not see the problem with your logic? Oh, and by the way, I'm probably betting that a good majority of the hate that they're getting are from trolls. You know, people who pick on others just to get a rise out of them. Sorry, what was that about bronies ignoring the haters again? Anyone who agreed with this guy, please learn something called practice what you preach. You tell people to keep their opinions to themselves when you obviously don't display it here. You tell people not to bother people for liking a show, yet you think it's justifiable to bother people who don't like it. Yet people like this guy wonder why there are people that hate bronies. Aside from trolls who are doing it just to get a rise out of you, people don't like bronies because of stuff like this. Most people, I think, would honestly be okay with the fan base if there weren't so many members that constantly display zealous ideals, hypersensitivity to dissent, blatant hypocrisy, and spraying their shit around like cholera. No, not all bronies are like this, and I feel sorry for the bronies who don't act like cheese gaming work, because they have to put up with the others who have to ruin it for everyone. At 3 minutes and 47 seconds, we finished the video.
Why is Modern Warfare 3 the most hated game on the internet?
Why do people like trolling others? Why is there a My Little Pony fanbase of older guys? Why is the Sonic fanbase so messed up? Why are some furries so hypocritical? Why are certain memes so popular? Why do I have a rock in my shoe? Why is anime one of my favorite and least favorite things? Why are pomegranates so great? Why do unicycles look so dumb yet so awesome at the same time? Why are Christmas tree worms so pretty? Why does anything do anything on the internet? Because it's the internet. It just is. I also want to point out that furry picture actually looks pretty cool.
Why are so many people giving this game a score of 0 on Metacritic website? Why are so many people writing so many awful comments about the game?
Have you considered people maybe don't like it? Yeah, I know it's a bit of an exaggeration, but then again, these are probably a bunch of troll votes. Gotta remember, this is the internet. Brought to you by the letter DERP.
It does not make any sense. Modern Warfare 3 is a sequel. Okay? That's all there is to it. Sequels are meant to be pretty much identical to their previous installments.
Nope, not all sequels are. I know this is kind of a bad example considering Mother 3 is a loose sequel, but hey, it still follows the definition of a sequel, which I can't get into explaining, otherwise I'll spoil the game.
That's where the term sequel comes into play. Okay?
No, not okay. The word sequel doesn't mean games are identical. A sequel is a narrative or a video game or a movie that is written after another narrative set in the same universe, especially a narrative that is chronologically set after its predecessors.
To bash something, to bash Modern Warfare 3, to give it a 0, that just shows how low credibility these individuals have.
Apparently, the concept of trolling is still fairly new to him. Sometimes people bash a popular thing to make the fans angry and therefore get lols.
The story mode is epic. Special ops is epic.
Overused word is overused. Why are these things epic? Must I note you need to elaborate?
Multiplayer is the only thing that people have complaints about. Same guns, campers, and so on and so forth. That's all fucking bullshit. Modern Warfare 3 does not deserve a 0 score.
I know that the 0 score is a bit of an over-exaggeration, but the reasons behind why Modern Warfare isn't a good game is actually reasonable, while this guy still hasn't told us anything about why it's good.
Okay? Look at for example, Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2.
That's kind of a bad example considering Bad Boys 2 received greatly lower scores than the 1995 Bad Boys.
The movie Bad Boys 2 with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence was pretty much the same as Bad Boys 1. But Bad Boys 2 was fun to watch. Okay? It was pretty much identical. Yeah.
Because watching a movie that uses the M-word for comic effect in a Michael Bay movie is fun to watch. Why would watching a movie that is pretty much the same and identical be more fun than the original? It's not like it's a remake. Bad Boys 2 sounds like a horrible sequel. Yeah, a lot of things can be the same, but I expect something to be different.
It was identical to the first Bad Boys movie. Hangover 2 was, in my opinion, a lot worse than Hangover 1, and yet it made so much money.
And that helps your argument. How? You just said that sequels are great, and yet both the examples you just listed prove that they are not. The latter you said you didn't even like as much as the first, yet it made more money. Which is a little bit odd considering the fact that Modern Warfare 3 made more money on the first day in sales than Modern Warfare 2. So I guess is Modern Warfare 3 equal to Hangover 2, where it made more money and yet it wasn't as good? Because, you know what, that kind of makes sense with your logic that you're throwing at us.
Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, was good. I mean, you get my drift?
Do you?
Do you guys understand where I'm going with this? I mean, in short, when you really think about it, it all boils down to EA.
Oh yeah, because I totally got that from your explanation. Yeah, totally. It all boils down to EA.
Okay? EA and the Battlefield community.
Forgot to mention he has a strong dislike of the Battlefield games. Now, since I am not a fan of either, I plead the party of Sly Cooper on this one. Personally, I have no bias to either game series, but I'm more familiar with Battlefield, mainly for the story on why Iran banned the game. But still, Battlefield fans, can you detect a precursor of hypocrisy arising?
EA has gone to great lengths to knock Call of Duty. EA has gone to great lengths to try to imitate the success of Call of Duty, and they failed. They failed because they have the inferior product.
Considering that the most recent game of that series, Battlefield 3, has received very positive reviews from game critics, I'd say, what you talk about Magneto 39?
That's just the bottom line. Okay?
No, that is an opinion. Opinions are not facts. Why is it that a lot of people think that opinion is synonymic with the fact? Also, that's a lie. As I stated before, Battlefield 3 got very positive reviews.
To give a game like Modern Warfare 3 a score of 0, it's completely, you're not credible. That review is not credible.
Maybe it was trolling. Derp de herp, there are trolls on the internet.
Okay? It's just not. I mean, it's just, a 0 you would give to a game like Hour of Victory or like, Deadly Premonition or, a really terrible game.
Well, Our Victory he's right on, but Deadly Premonition favored very well. Oh, but wait, that's a game you don't like, and therefore it should deserve a 0. But not Modern Warfare 3 because you like it.
Modern Warfare 3 does not fit that bill. Modern Warfare 3 is not a terrible game. Not at all. And people on YouTube need to wake up.
Well, I guess all of our opinions are wrong because he said so. Apparently, you can't hate Modern Warfare 3 because he says it's not a terrible game. There's a word for what he thinks of Modern Warfare 3, and it's aulit, which is Icelandic for opinion!
They need to wake up and smell the coffee.
Or a healthy glass of orange juice, which is rich in vitamin C, and that helps you see that people are entitled to their own opinion. Oh, and I know it's a bit of a tangent, but I hate pulp in my orange juice. I don't know why, but I prefer pulp-free, please.
Okay? You guys are a bunch of Battlefield 3 fanboys that are absolutely ass-hurt and jealous because Modern Warfare 3 is so successful, and you try and do everything in your power to demean Modern Warfare 3.
And there's your hypocrisy. The only one here who is butthurt is you, man. You don't like the fact that Modern Warfare 3 has haters, and you're whining about it. Plus, I'm sure there are people who hate both Modern Warfare 3 and Battlefield, and there are people who probably like both. It's not so black and white where you can only like one or the other. I haven't seen your other videos, but people claim you demean Battlefield, so why is it okay to love Modern Warfare 3 and demean Battlefield, but not vice versa? The worst thing about this Magneto39 isn't some teenager. He's an adult. An adult. No offense, but I know 9-year-olds who are more mature than you, who can handle criticism real or fake. If you like Modern Warfare 3 so much, it shouldn't matter what other people think about it. All that matters is what you think. But you don't care what others think, and therefore you, sir, are the one that is butthurt. If there's any solace I can take from this video is that at least you have an easily understandable voice free of ums and ahs, so I guess you get a bit of a gold star on that.
You need to stop that, okay? And deal with your inferior, whatever you call it. You're happy playing Battlefield 3. Good for you.
And you're happy playing Modern Warfare 3. Good for you! Why do you need to dictate what other people think? And seriously, enough with the demeaning of Battlefield 3. Your bias of it is so strong, it's pathetic.
Play your Battlefield 3. I'm gonna play Modern Warfare 3.
That's what you should have been doing instead of whining about Modern Warfare 3's bad reviews. I am seriously facepalming right now.
Okay? I don't give a flying fuck about Battlefield 3. I don't care how good it is. I don't care whatever.
Apparently you do by making this video. You're completely butthurt over poor Modern Warfare 3, so you're looking for a scapegoat. And why not Battlefield, since you hate them?
I've played Battlefield Bad Company 2. I've played Battlefield 2. I still own Battlefield 1942. I still own that game on the PC. Garbage. All these Battlefield games are garbage. Shit. I mean, for real.
I would tell him right here that he should elaborate, but I mean, seriously, he's an adult. He should have figured this out by now. Back to facepalming!
So, the moral of the story is...
The moral of the story here, kiddies, is that the internet is full of trolls and people with other opinions. Sometimes people won't share the same views as you, but that's okay. Differences like these are what makes the world go round.
Even though you people knock Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 3 will always stand out. Will always be one of the best games ever released. Call of Duty will always be one of the most successful first-person shooter franchise ever developed, ever made.
And how do you know that? Can you see into the future? Tell me, O seer of the crystal ball, did you foretell the notion that maybe this was a bad idea making this video?
And you guys need to wake up and deal with it.
And now I'd like to introduce everyone to a thing called tu quoque. It is a French term that means you also. I think it applies perfectly here.
The sooner you deal with it, the sooner you realize that Call of Duty is way above anything Battlefield has to offer, the better off you will be. That's the bottom line.
And at 6 minutes and 36 seconds, we finish the video. Okay, Magneto39, what can I say about this? Well, the fact is that you take trolling for real criticism and you don't respect other people's likes and dislikes. Not to mention you are very butthurt over a video game. A video game! That's pathetic. You don't like one game being made fun of, but you throw all these ad hominem statements to Battlefield games and fans because you don't like it. What makes this worse is that you are an adult. I understand that you're entitled to your own opinion, but you're so two-faced by bashing one game series and also saying it's wrong to bash your favorite game series. That's called being a hypocrite. There's really no rebuttal for this. Positive aspects about this review? Well, you have a clear and concise voice that I can easily understand. You also speak at a pace that's easy to hear, so that's one plus with your plethora of minuses.
Blockbuster, an organization once known for having nationwide rental stores, places where people could walk around and browse what kind of movies and games they had. It was something that was homey and friendly. Video arcades, places where citizens could waltz around and try out what game cabinets were available, and use a claw machine filled with toys.
And deal marijuana in the bathrooms, just like public school.
Paper letters, messages that were sent back and forth all the time between friends and family.
Which usually took quite a while depending on the distance between said friends and family because it's not instant.
And finally, film photography. A circumstance that involved taking pictures with a camera and then bringing the rolls of film to a photosmith to develop.
A photosmith? Guptil, that word doesn't exist. I believe you mean a developer. The word photosmith doesn't even make any sense when you look at it. The word smith refers to a craftsman who works metal into desired forms with a hammer or other tools, like a blacksmith. Besides, I don't remember ever hearing of someone taking a ball peen to a dark room.
These 4 things were really good to abide by. They involved a lot of traveling, but were simple nonetheless. Until all that changed. These 4 elements that used to be parts of life have been replaced almost entirely by these products.
Ugh, technological advancement? What is this? I don't even...
Items that access the information superhighway.
Oh, Guptil, you look and act like you just came out of a horrible 80s family Christmas photo.
I really don't want to sound preachy and make it sound like I am repeating what I already thought about the current World Wide Web.
Oh please, we passed you sounding preachy and repetitive a long time ago.
But when something you feel is important comes along, you need to speak. Here's the deal. The one major problem about the internet that I didn't think to mention before is that in most cases, it is killing physical socialization, something we humans were meant to do daily.
I'm sorry, Guptil, but you're really not one to be preaching coming from someone who I'm positive spends countless hours on the internet. And also, after that horrid Sonic anniversary thing you did, I really don't think anyone would have much of a social life after that. Let us say, yeah.
With Blockbuster LLC closing every single rental store and moving everything they do to cyberspace,
despite that there are still over 1,000 Blockbuster stores still up and running,
online gaming causing so many video arcades to go out of business, and so on.
Although video game arcades have been steadily declining since the early 1990s, and that's more of home video games than online gaming.
It seems to me that laziness has reached a whole new level. The way I see it, it seems to me that hundreds of people have forgotten the one simple fact that any piece of technology has the potential to stop working.
What? Human technology isn't 100% perfect? My mind has been blown. So you're telling me that anything has the potential to stop working? You know, like arcade games, film cameras, store security and data, pencil write letters, telegraph poles, tampons, and lighting fixtures? Guptil, that is the most flimsy argument ever. If anything, it proves against your point, since technology of the now, compared to technology of the then, usually does a lot better in the way of preventing malfunctions and or system crashes.
And once it stops working, you either spend lots more money to buy the same electronic object, or you play it smart and you save a lot of dough by not purchasing the same item.
Usually newer devices are fairly cheap to get compared to getting an older and more outdated model. Plus, like I said, newer technology tends to usually be less likely to break down easily.
And power outages also play a part in electronics failures.
And that is the fault of the electronics how? You could say the same thing for arcade games, Guptil, because, shocker, they run on electricity too.
Why am I pointing out the obvious? Well, to quote Undertaker Freak 1127, technology is not infallible. It's never perfect. It never lasts forever.
Yes, technology isn't forever because newer devices replace things and make the past technology obsolete. That's called progression.
See, if you take the time to think about it...
Which you obviously didn't do because you just made a counterintuitive point.
Do you really need such high-tech stuff that in the old days only the military used? No, you don't. Heck, I used to use a regular mobile phone. Barely. But I've gotten to the point where I don't need to use one anymore.
Because after all, I have no friends and I already live with my mommy.
Because, first of all, there's plenty of payphones around the parts where I live, and secondly, I don't have to worry about people constantly calling me and sending me text messages, because every time you receive or make a call, you end up spending more money than you need to.
Yeah, but then again, what would someone rather have? A mobile device that they can have on their person 24/7, or have to search for a stationary means of communication? Plus, Guptil, you may not realize this, but in today's current job market, having a cell phone is very important when getting hired. No employer is going to hire you if you're going to resort to using payphones. How pissed off is your boss going to be if you're not at work and he needs to get a hold of you, but you're not at home? Then you're going to get fired because you don't have a cell phone. You're going to have to move into your mom's basement and spend your time whining about technology and jerking off the Sonic female characters on the internet. Do I dare click search? Search? Duh! Bjork! Wait, Bjork?
And before you jump to conclusions telling me that this problem can be remedied by switching off your cell phone, picture this. Imagine if your companions were having a party, getting loaded, something awful happens to a friend, and another friend tries to inform you about the situation. If your cell phone is off, either they're asked to leave a message or the dial tone keeps going on for infinity until they hang up. They'd be pretty unhappy, don't you think?
Going along with your hypothetical, I don't think they'd be mad because they wasted money on a call. Given the fact that this is a party where people are getting loaded, the party would most likely take place at night. It makes sense that someone might not answer their cell phone as they could possibly be asleep. Besides, wouldn't you be more worried about your friend who had just been injured? Also, because Guptil prides his knowledge on being hypothetical scenarios, what about the deaf, Guptil? Kinda hard for deaf people to use a payphone because they can't hear. Or what, do you want them to start using TTYs again? And if you say, oh, they should have an interpreter with them all the time, I'm gonna dumb slap the bitch out of you.
The only people I can think of who would need something as expensive as an iPhone are important people, like a leader of a country or a fireman or policeman.
Okay, but for country leader, why did you show a picture of St. Basil's Cathedral? That's an Orthodox church, Guptil, not a building for the head of government. If you wanted to use the Russian presidential residence, you should have used a picture of the Kremlin Senate. Yes, this is overtly nitpicky, but come on, that's like using a picture of the Taj Mahal example of a presidential residence of India.
Online gaming is, of course, another parasite of physical socialization. Like I mentioned earlier, it's causing every single arcade in the world, except in Japan, to lose profit and close. It isn't just home console ports of arcade games. Do arcades need the World Wide Web to function? Nope. Even though you have to pay to use a game cabinet, Xbox Live does the same thing in the web-enabled world.
Except it's easier to get to because you don't have to go to an arcade store, and Xbox Live holds more than an arcade machine can ever hold, which is usually 1 or 2 games.
That means you're losing a lot of cash playing a shooter game all day long, and you're not getting out as much as you should.
Well, that's because you're playing Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, I said it!
While the PlayStation Network and Nintendo Wii's Matrix offer free service, the fact of the matter still stands. The information superhighway can suddenly go down out of the blue, and it can take days or even weeks to be restored.
And I suppose that arcade machines can't ever break down. And plus, I can see losing internet connection for maybe a day or so, but weeks, Guptil? Seriously?
If you've seen my second technology rant, it's especially bad if hackers are involved.
I love how Guptil provides all these variables that are barely a true glaring factor of the problems. Well, Guptil, let's bounce that back at you. Arcade games can break, and that means calling someone to fix it, which not only takes days, but it can take some serious money. And if it's beyond repair, that means you'll have to get a new one, and physical arcade games are not cheap at all.
There's even people whose internet goes down all the time.
How is that the fault of the online game itself? That's like saying it's the fault of a car if you misplace your keys and gets rained or snowed in your car if you don't roll up the window. Oh, wait a minute.
And sure, the plan for a cyberspace blackout on March 31st was denied, yet there will always be a chance of a blackout because, once again, technology isn't perfect.
Nee, Irene, var ikke klokt där.
There isn't much to say about film photography and paper letters.
But you're going to rant about it anyways, because God forbid you let anything insignificant pass you by.
Digital cameras and email have almost entirely replaced these two things. They're still around, but quite rare. Practically, the only people I know who write paper letters are the poor.
Anyone else find it racist that he's using a picture of two black people for defining the poor?
The Amish.
Which, no offense to the Amish, do not believe in technological advancement whatsoever. Wait, why am I saying no offense to the Amish? They're not going to see this.
Prisoners.
Well, depending on sentencing and behavior, prisoners can be allowed to use email.
And military people away from home. And film photography, well, only about 4% of the world would like to have physical developed photos.
Well, then that should tell you something, Guptil. Obviously, if film cameras aren't as popular as digital, then they obviously are not as easy and simple as you said they were.
Still, a film photo has better quality than a digital image. I would prefer to have a film photo on my wall over a pixelated and fugitively inked one.
Just as you can take your film to be developed, you can take your digital pictures to be printed with very fine resolution.
I myself am interested in film photography, but it won't be easy at all to find a film camera since you'll only be able to find one on eBay, at a flea market, a yard sale, or a thrift store.
Well, if you're interested in photography, digital cameras are very good with their aesthetics. Digital cameras are capable of much higher sensitivities than films, dust isn't as big of a worry, they're easier to edit, there's less noise and grain, greater depth of field, and also, as you said, more easily ready to come by. But does that mean film is horrible? No. If you want a great black and white photo, film is a great way to go. Also, film can usually last better with less battery.
And for most of the world, photosmiths are extinct.
Well, yeah, because photosmiths don't exist. But hey, there are developers.
The only people who really develop film these days are X-ray technicians and dentists.
Oh, that is actually not entirely true. In the more recent years, doctors and dentists have been starting to use digital radiography in place of film, because digital radiography does not need chemical processing, and also you can digitally edit and transfer images. But the big advantage is that it uses less radiation to produce.
In short, iPhones, online gaming, what have you, with the exception of computers, are just very expensive toys.
Well, sorry, Dad. I didn't realize that we weren't allowed to have fun.
These are the things the companies and you think you need. And let me remind the viewers that I am talking to regular people.
Yes, and regular people, by your definition, all find online shopping, online gaming, email, and digital cameras easier to use and more simpler. If you're going to pander to the regular people, then maybe you should be aware that the regular people can not only meet the monetary needs for these products, but also have a balanced life. You're making this generalization that if you do any of what I just mentioned, then you don't get exercise or read actual books and you don't socialize, which is completely wrong.
You know what's more important than your expensive smartphones, being glued to your seat playing a web-enabled game, and so on? Outside and inside exercise, playing an instrument, spending time with a close friend, and of course, book reading.
Oh god, this just turned from another whiny bitch fit by Guptil to a freaking PSA on health.
But even book reading is getting a little ruined too with a device called the iPad, a device that requires a battery to run, and you can use it to go online and download a book.
Why does that honestly matter, Guptil? A book is a book. Shouldn't you be happy that people are still reading in general? I could care less if someone was reading The Great Gatsby on a Kindle or a paperback. They're still reading the book.
I don't see such a big deal about heading to your local library or Barnes & Noble and picking out a physical book that requires no electricity and can last for eternity.
Well, some problems with physical books is that too many of them can end up taking up a lot of space. They can also gather a lot of dust, attract unwanted pests like silverfish, and can also be a potential fire hazard. Not to mention, it's not as environmentally friendly as the electronic version, which, mind you, also takes up less space and hardly ever gathers dusts or pests. Plus, it's not a big deal to go to a bookstore and get a book, but it's a big fucking deal to download a book on an iPad. Plus, you're making it sound like that a digital copy can't last for eternity. It's a digital copy, so that means while your worn hardcover is starting to deteriorate, your digital copy is still like it was brand new. It also doesn't get torn, crumbled, folded, and or dog-eared. God, I hate people who dog-eared borrow books. My 7th grade friend dog-eared all over my copy of The Golem's Eye. God, that pissed me off.
The same thing also applies to renting DVDs. I mean, Netflix and Blockbuster Online are okay, but people have streamed movies and rented them off the web to the point where most, if not every rental store in America has gone out of business.
I feel like I can just sum up the entirety of all of Guptil's Rancher Wreck videos into just basically this one little summation. If it becomes easier for people to do, then Guptil does not like it.
Thankfully, physical DVD rental is still going thanks to Redbox kiosks and public libraries. Again, I don't see anything wrong with heading to either one and browsing around for a movie. You may argue that you'd be paying more for car gas, yet the same thing applies to the delivery people helping Netflix. Besides streaming, would you rather wait for the borrowed movie to arrive at your house, or head to a store or kiosk and purchase it right away?
Well, in my experience, online stores usually have a much wider selection than retail stores.
Either way, driving is required unless you can get there on foot. Seriously though, this quote-unquote on-demand streaming business has got to stop. I just want the people who aren't interested in having cyberspace and mobile phones to be fresh out of luck.
Whoa, wait. So you want the people who don't want the whole mobile phone and cyberspace thing to be fresh out of luck? Wait, Guptil, isn't that what you're arguing against?
In a situation like this, the so-called weak should not have to make room for the strong.
No one is saying that, crazy man. Most people are with the consensus that if you want to go to a physical store and buy it, that's fine. If you want to shop on the internet instead, that's okay too, because it's all called preference.
Having both physical and electronic interactivity is a more sensible lifestyle for people to live.
Which we already have. Plus, sensible lifestyle? Yeah, this is coming from someone who argues about the Gatorade logo change and assumes that people won't be able to recognize it because apparently the regular people, as Guptil describes it, all have the intelligence of a goldfish.
And I know what most of you are thinking. You're thinking, you idiots, all this is like saying we should go back to using the telegraph and carrier pigeons instead of the telephone.
In a sense it is, because you're arguing against modern utilities that are trying to make things more simpler and easier for the general public. Because not everyone can go out to a DVD store and buy a DVD. It's a lot easier for them to go online. You're kind of missing that important variable, Guptil.
Well, that kind of change was proper. The telegraph and phone both require electricity, but the phone is obviously more efficient because the telegraph sent messages through Morse code, and we obviously don't talk in Morse code.
Wait a minute. So it makes sense that the telegraph should be obsolete because the phone is a better device. Yet you don't think that letters should be obsolete and that email is more reliable, despite the fact that email is, instant?
On the other hand, something like streaming films through Netflix instead of physically browsing for a movie in a store or library isn't more rewarding, it's just easy.
And God forbid we try to fix something to make it easier and more simpler to use. My God, what horrible people we are.
Sometimes the phone service malfunctions, sometimes the internet service malfunctions.
It's not the fault of online DVD stores and online games if the internet goes down. That's more the fault of your internet provider or the cables you're using.
And they leave you no choice but to go an old way. All I'm saying is, there's more to life than all these nifty devices.
And there's more to life than bitching about these nifty devices. My goodness, man, let it be.
I may use a computer that has internet, but I used it in the way that it was meant to be used.
Which is ranting on unimportant shit.
For work, certain research, or for finding something that I can't find elsewhere in the real world, and for broadcasting this message.
Which was the very epitome of trivial.
You don't need to be tethered to the internet. Expand your horizons.
Again, let's make a sweeping generalization that anyone who uses the internet for DVD rentals or for reading books digitally or for online gaming is automatically super addicted to the internet.
Like I urged earlier, go for a walk, play an instrument, read a book, go on a date with someone you like.
Nah, it's too easy.
Or manually shop for something that doesn't need to be ordered online.
Summing up what Guptil sounds like, hey, you kids, stop using the confangled internet and shop at an actual store. You damn kids with your skateboards and rock and roll and liberal viewpoints. Oh, phooey.
If it's possible in your area.
Oh, now you're gonna bring up that variable? Well, gee, Guptil, that was really fair rant you did, because you surely don't understand the idea of outside factors that could be affecting why people shop online. Exactly. First off, maybe they can't get what they want or need from a physical store. Or maybe they just don't have the time or resources to go to a physical store, i.e. they're crammed with work or physically cannot leave the house due to a severe injury. Or maybe it's just easier for people to shop online because they don't have to deal with the hassle of going to a store, because shopping at a store isn't always sunshine and lollipops as you make it out to be. It might also depend on what they're shopping for. If I was going to buy, let's say, a cello, I wouldn't buy it online because, frankly, I would never trust buying cellos online because it's important how a cello feels to you before you play it. If you don't like how it feels, you're not going to like playing it. But if I was going to buy shoes or a headphone cable, it's so much easier just to order it online because there's a wider selection and it's such a trivial item to go get. Sure, I'd have to wait a few days, but oh well, it doesn't really matter.
That is all. Thank you for watching.
Hey, YouTubers, this is J5 with you with a rant. On who, you ask? Well, just Guptil89.
I really like that inflection that he puts on Guptil89 because it already kind of says that he knows that people have done rants on this guy over and over and over again, and it's just kind of commonplace now that no one really wants to fucking hear it anymore. But hey, I'll give him a chance to listen to his rant on Guptil's recent rant track video. You know, the one where he pretty much restates on how technology is completely useless? Yeah, because that would be the only sensible thing to rant on because it's the most recent thing, and he's not totally gonna rant on something that's like at least 2 fucking years old.
For those of you wondering who this is, he is a furry. He denies being a furry. Dude, it's like being gay. You can't hide it forever. I'm just joking around.
Okay, 2 things. One, being gay and being a furry are kind of 2 big different things. One of them is a sexual preference that you are born with, while the other one is just kind of a hobby to take up, although some furries are a bit obsessive over it. And when I say a bit, I mean a lot. And number 2, that little chuckle he had after saying that, I don't know why, that just really irked me. It just seemed really forced just to make the joke out that Guptil just likes some furry boob.
Anyway, for those of you wondering, Guptil made a video called the Top Hottest Sonic Females.
Oh, so we're gonna be doing a rant on this. Alright then. Well, I have one problem with this, and I'm gonna say it in my native language, because I think it has more grounds in saying it in my native language. But this is my problem, it's only just 2 words. Tvegia aurum. This video is 2 years old and has been done to death. I have seen like at least 20 different videos on this one in particular already. There's been hundreds of rants and commentaries done on Guptil89, especially on this video that we're talking about. Why are you doing a rant on this? This has been done to death. Once again, we're digging up the coffin just so we can disturb the remains. Stop disturbing the remains, people!
For those of you wondering, yes, I've seen the video. And what is my reaction? I'm disgusted. Disgusted till I barf. Barf out my eyes if they could.
Well, I suppose in theory that you could, because it's definitely possible for you to vomit out through your nose. But from the back of your nose to the drainage ducts in your eyes, there's something called the lacrimal duct that connects, and you know, people can squirt milk out their eyes. So I guess, why am I talking about this?
Oh. Now, this is the Guptil. Guptil89. I hope you're watching this.
Because as we all know, Guptil loves to hear negative opinions about his own videos, especially if they're from 2 years ago and he already deleted them and he already explained the mistake about it.
Because we're all disgusted of you. We really are.
And to make this video even worse, he uses the Majestic Pro because apparently we all share the same opinion about Guptil's video that's 2 fucking years old. Now, I'm not saying that what Guptil did was dumb. A lot of the stuff he does is dumb. But why are we bringing up an old topic that I'm pretty sure Guptil, if he ever really listened to criticism, has heard about over and over and over again? Why not talk about something maybe more recent?
Don't think we're happy with what you're doing. You're ruining our childhoods.
This is the internet. It was meant to ruin our childhoods. Don't believe me? Then search Frankie Foster on Google with the safe search off.
We're not really our childhoods. You're scarring them to death. And we don't like that. I may not have watched the Sonic cartoons, only underground, but I haven't seen much of Sonic X, so be lucky I'm not discussing that much. Another way, people. This guy has been criticized and ranted so much that it's not even funny.
And if you knew that, then why did you make a rant on him? My God!
To the point that I can't laugh without hearing this guy's name. Many people have commentated on Guptail. And you know what? He's similar to another guy, Ben the Looney. For those of you
How to make this video worse? Bring up other people that are old news. Fucking A.
And Guptail, if you're watching this, get some help, man. You don't need help. You need psychological help.
I'm pretty sure that in this context, when you say help, it's implied that it's psychological.
Like Bruce Wayne and Bane confront confrontational history help. And I've seen The Dark Knight. But, dude, that's just harsh. To the fans of Sonic, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
I have no idea where we switch subjects from Guptail to all Sonic fans, but, okay. And to answer your question, what's wrong with the Sonic fans? Oh, where do I start?
Yeah, I've seen your video. Don't get me wrong. I've seen your video. And it's not funny. It's not enjoyable. And the way you describe the females is so pedophilic that I'd rather listen to Michael Jackson's This Is It movie.
Wow. Not only was that not funny at all, but really insensitive. You're seriously gonna mock Michael Jackson on the album that was released posthumously and is supposed to be in honor of him? This Is It, after all, was kind of released in the honor of all that Michael Jackson has done for pop culture and the music industry. And whether you like to believe it or not, Michael Jackson has done a lot for pop culture. I mean, his album Thriller is the #1 most sold album of all time.
Dear God. You don't even compliment on their personality or their traits, or you just compliment like every normal hound dog would do it. Just their looks. Listen, everyone has said the same damn thing. There's more to a person than their look, than just their clothing or their hips or just how they look. It's based on how you see them on the inside that counts.
If everyone has already said the same damn thing, then why, in the love of Bjork, are you saying it again? And I'm gonna cut out his whole beauty's only skin deep little speech because I'm pretty sure you guys all know about love already.
And Guptail, please accept criticism. You're just one of the butthurt. The seriously butthurt. And I'm helping you now.
On a video that he realized was wrong 2 freaking years ago. Gah!
Just, you know what? Why am I even helping you?
Well, at least we're on the same page. I've been warning that one too.
Just get your shit straight. I mean, not your shit straight. Get your stuff straight. And whenever you do a countdown next time, be more detailed.
Yes, be more detailed. Just like how this guy was detailed in not doing his research, because Guptail took down the old video and redid it and did add more detail on the characters. Now sadly I can't find that video, so I'll be sure to link to a commentary that MSkull01 did. Yeah, I know everyone loves MSkull, but that's really the only commentary I could find on it at the moment.
Get to the details, man. There's more to people than their looks. Dang it. You know what, Guptail? You know what? I'm trying to help you, but if you're ignoring me right now, or as everyone you've ignored...
Despite the slim to none chance that Guptail will ever even be aware that this video existed.
Don't do it. Just be labeled a pedophile. Go get arrested for child pornography in the future. And you know what? I'm trying to help you. We're all trying to help you like everyone else has.
Okay, lesson for next time you're going to do a rant, do not use the royal we, because it results in absolutes, and absolutes are pretty much infallible, because not everyone was trying to help Guptail. Some people were legitimately just doing this just to make fun of him.
Just, if you could fix the way you do your videos, make them a little cleaner, you know, use Windows Movie Maker.
Says the man who didn't edit out all his stuttering and gaps of silence.
Better, and get your facts straight, man. You went off on the Archie comics, the Sonic game canon and the Sonic X cartoon canon?
I'm sorry, but I've watched the video that's in question, and at one point did Guptil ever list any facts wrong? And just because he referenced different parts of the Sonic universe, how does that mean that he needs to get his facts straight? It more so seems that he's already got his facts straight.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to help you. Alright? We're all helping you. We're all here to help, not destroy. So that was my rant, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a thing or two about this guy. And after you watch this, subscribe, comment to me.
TLDR version, give me attention!
I'll be happy to read what you say. This has been J5's rant on this guy. See you later.
Hello, this is BronyZilla61. Okay. Today I will be joining the commentary community.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm gonna be doing commentary, though I'm like gonna fall asleep here.
I might sound tired right now. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I had a lot to do today.
Then why not wait until morning to do it? No one is gonna want to hear commentary for someone who's tired.
No, it's not Twilight. It is called Lost and Found.
Editing out unimportant stuff? The fuck is that?
You should read it. Alright, let's begin. You start off. Fluttershy.
Yeah, no.
This is a commentary that is so bad. I have no words for it. It's that bad.
I love how he describes his own commentary right at the beginning. It's pleasurable.
I'm sorry, but were you agreeing with him, or are you trying to make a valid point? Because if you're trying to make a valid point, you didn't do that.
Now I'm going to skip about 2 minutes of the video because it's just aimless talking.
Oh, how funny, because that's the same exact reason I'm going to be cutting a lot of your stuff. Speaking of, I'm actually going to skip right here because the next 20 seconds is him just continually driveling on about that topic.
So, let's get started.
Hey guys, it's NateMan1234 here, making another video.
Dude, learn to hold the camera steady. I feel like I'm watching Cloverfield.
Dude, just holding the camera steadily enough. Don't just spit stuff in space.
Now videotape. Good sir or ma'am, I cannot tell. You really just said that is steady? If that is steady to you, I want you to give a 5-year-old a camera for 45 minutes and let him record. Then watch it and see if you can handle that. Because that's pretty much what I am watching right now.
That was a very awkward way to prove his point wrong. A better way of saying it would have been, it looked like a 5-year-old was filming it. As an analogy, that point was pretty bad.
This guy made one valid point, and you come out looking like an idiot with very bad vision. I'm gonna start a count.
I already have to deal with the damn brony and the multi-degree commentaries. Now I have to deal with the counter?
Every time this guy makes a valid point, and you come out looking like a retard, and if you come out with more than 3 times, you will not be good on my commentating chart.
Oh damn, Sick Kirby, shit just got real.
He just beats Mario Party Sports Mix on Expert.
So, I beat MW3 on Veteran. Just because your little brother was able to shake a Wii remote around like a madman doesn't mean you gotta suck his dick for it.
Look at this.
They were recording their TV screen. Such a harmless thing to do. And you jump out of nowhere and say, well, I can defeat Modern Warfare 3 on a better level, so don't suck your little brother's dick for it. That's not an argument. That's you being fucking pretentious.
Alright, you say that these 2 guys, this one guy and his brother, just put a camera to the screen, and then the other guy with the Kirby avatar comes out bitching about how he can beat Modern Warfare 3.
Yes, good job, BronyZilla. You were paying attention.
Now, that's what you are saying. What actually was going down, the guy says that his brother beat Mario Party Sports Mix, I think that's the title of the game, and on Expert, and the other guy with the Kirby avatar comes out saying he can be Call of Duty on veteran, and that this guy shouldn't be giving so much head to his little brother just for beating one video game.
How in the name of Francis the Mute was that any different? The only difference was that the second time you gave more detail on what happened. Oh, and for the record, we're not kindergartners. We can understand what just happened. You don't need to recap everything for us.
You look like an idiot, because you could have said something like, oh, you shouldn't be comparing Call of Duty and Mario Party Sports Mix, or whatever it's called.
True, but Sick Kirby's point still is valid. Swanson didn't need to make that rude statement. It was pretentious. And skipping ahead, because I feel like he's wasted enough of my time with this long, drawn-out point. Seriously, it took him almost 2 minutes to make this entire point.
So you came out as an idiot, but this guy also came out as an idiot, so you got lucky.
Luck's got nothing to do with it when the point is right. The only idiots here are Swanson for making that dick of a statement, and you for trying to argue a valid point with the weaker and less important valid point.
Right here.
37 to 35.
37 to 35, you said.
Now it's 37.
And he's going to be telling you. He has his own YouTube videos.
And he's about to whore himself out and beg for views.
And remember, children, that's a very bad thing to do.
Oh god, Kirby's right. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with me going on someone else's channel saying, oh, give me subscribers and views, cause, you know, that's the only thing I have looking forward to my life.
Just throwing out, hey, check out my channel or check out someone else's channel is not YouTube whoring. Why do people immediately jump on, oh, he's a YouTube whore, if they ask for something really simple and very innocent as something as that?
See, this is what got me mad.
And you can tell from the great range of emotion in my voice.
You said there's nothing wrong with whoring out your channel, yet you commentate and state that there's something wrong in one of your other commentaries. Pretty sure it's called bitching, contradicting, or some shit like that.
Bitching, contradict. What the hell? Is this like some weird schoolyard rhyme?
And this means you're a hypocrite. Oh, and I hate hypocrites. You know what? I hate hypocrites. Oh, God.
Like hypocrites, yeah, I hate them. It's just, like, man. Like, I need another brownie, dude.
And I also hate people that, like, you know, burp a lot.
That wasn't funny.
That's just pathetic.
Thanks for repeating what you said 10 seconds ago, you fucking dick.
Oh, I'd be really glad if people would look at my videos, if you look at his too, and I'd be really, really happy if I got more views. People don't come on here to watch your shitty videos. They come on here to be entertained.
Because watching Toboscus, 23-year-olds playing Minecraft and animated ponies is truly the best form of entertainment here on YouTube. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, skipping dumb joke about how he will never use media clips. He used one at the beginning, and all the clip is just some character from MLP saying, yep, because no one gives a flying fuck about lame jokes if you're not going to execute them right.
Remotes. I accidentally almost just showed my brother's head. Because you know that I only show my head only once. Well, my face only once. And look at that ass. No,
Wow, laughing at your own bad joke. Nice. You know, it's stuff like this that makes me wonder how we're related.
You took it too fucking far. You're saying that you shouldn't be related to your cousin because he laughs at his own joke. You know, I wonder what they think of you in real life. Because surely I would not like having a cousin like you.
I'm pretty damn sure he meant that by excuse me, by saying that he doesn't understand how they're related. He didn't mean by saying he doesn't like him as a cousin. He just means that he doesn't understand how they're so different and they're cousins. By anything, they might look a little the same, but that's it. You don't understand this, do you?
Well, here's the breakdown. Swanton nitpicked that one insignificant thing. Sick Kirby was proving that what he said was a bit dramatic, and you're trying to make a point by explaining what happened in a state of somnolence.
You idiot.
Yeah, well,
Stupid thing, why would you go?
we're going to be playing MW3 Inventors, so, because we do have it.
Wait, why would you have to say that you have it? Because if you said you're going to play it in a little bit, you don't have to say, oh, it's because we have it. I mean, you can't play a game that you don't have, so it's kind of obvious.
That was a fucking stupid point, you know.
Oh yes, it's a very stupid point.
Okay, good. A valid point finally. Yay! But I can see both sides being right. Swanton is right because why would you need to say that you own it if you already said that you were going to play it? But I think where Sick Kirby is coming from is that it was a bit of a nitpicky reason for Swanton to call his cousin on, and probably just did that just to make him look worse.
Yeah, I think you have the words stupid and valid mixed up. You came out sounding stupid.
Guess who else is sounding stupid?
And you're a fucking retard in the commentary business. And you have a first-timer doing better than you.
There is no superlative fitting enough to describe how wrong that statement is. For a first-timer, you're doing horribly. A turtle on salvia could do a better job than you and be more enthusiastic. Oh, and skipping his statement where he tells us that he's going to be skipping the next 2 minutes of the video.
But guys, he is adorable. Well, I'll see you guys later. This has been Nathan Man 1234s and Dima Man.
A quote later in the video will now make this a contradiction. So be on the lookout for that.
1234s. This is Nathan. 12374s. Sorry about that. And I'm gonna be making a Minecraft video later today. See you later.
Get on the computer.
If I ever get my computer working, because my computer crashed. Oh wait, I need to show you my new laptop now.
And this, my friends, is why you should edit your videos, so that way they may not end up like my cousins, who never edit their videos at all.
Yeah.
Here's the quote. Now, if your cousins can't edit their videos, they couldn't have edited that text it. So when you said
Video whoring, that's just pathetic.
now you're just promoting people to go to their channels, which in a way is video whoring. So yeah, contradiction.
Okay, Sick Kirby here is half right and half wrong. Yes, it is a minor contradiction, but not one I'd say needed really to be called out for. It's true, he should have used some editing, and I think Swanton was aware that he put in that text. He's referring to more of, if you can edit in text, why can't you edit out getting your laptop? But let's see how BronyZilla does this point. Let me guess, he re-explains what just happens because he thinks we're all as slow as him.
Oh my god, you're right. That was a contradiction. Saying to edit your videos, or else it's gonna come out fucking shitty. Saying nothing about these guys doing that one little thing. The other guy with the Kirby avatar was probably meaning by scripting,
Which your video completely lacks.
or ow, hurt my eye. Scripting, or maybe holding the camera right, or stuff like that.
Holding the camera right wouldn't have anything to do with editing. Guess it looks like that you're the one who's sounding stupid.
No, you mean by adding a probably 15-second.
Oh my god, stop explaining and get to your point. We just saw the video.
Says your username and your little brother's, which is video whoring, and yeah, that's very much a contradiction.
My god, it took you all that time to dish out just that one insult of sarcasm?
I totally believe you, and I learned something today. I'm gonna add my video here. The rest is just a faggot showing his computer.
Yep, this video wouldn't have been complete without him calling someone a bundle of sticks.
And them talking about, really? It's kind of sad how you do a commentary and the guy ends up being better than yours.
And the guy ends up being better than yours? You want to clarify which guy? There were 3 others in your commentary.
It's funny when you do that. So, this is BronyZilla 61 signing out, but before that, I'm gonna give a shout out to my friend.
No, screw that. You wasted enough of our time. At 12 minutes and 31 seconds, we finished the video. So first, let me review Sick Kirby's commentary. I think his commentary is actually pretty good. The last point shown was a bit flimsy, but the rest was okay. The one thing I want to mention, Sick Kirby, if you're doing a commentary on someone and they already have Kirby as their avatar, please choose something else. It's kind of confusing to have two commentators in one video using the same character. Now let's look at BronyZilla. Your commentary was crap. Your sarcasm took too long, you did a lot of reviewing of what just happened, your sparse points were bad, it was just more of trying to make Sick Kirby look wrong, which you pretty much failed at doing, by the way. Also, what's with your editing? You edit in your parts, sometimes cutting off other people, and your pictures are doing weird Ken burns, and what the fuck is up with the random fade-ins? Most importantly, though, just lay off the drugs. Seriously, drugs are bad, okay? No more drugs.
Hello YouTube, NewtrogicSonic here, a little pissed off, not too much, just a little concern here.
You know, not really pissed off, just little enough to not vent my anger on some healthy medium and instead put up a video on YouTube to embarrass myself.
The Punks Club 21. You fucking dickwad.
So this is what the Punks Club 21 did in order to be called a fucking dickwad. NewtrogicSonic made a video proving that he wasn't a troll, which, you know, that's not really a smart idea. He realized that, deleted it, but what he didn't know was the Punks Club 21 already saved that video and then mirrored it on his account. And then NewtrogicSonic gets all pissy and goes, that's my video, flag, I'm gonna flag you. When the problem is that he doesn't understand the concept of looking before leaping. NewtrogicSonic, most of your videos are you just being really angry and then venting in your videos or being completely absent-minded on what the repercussions are. So you should expect that people are going to do this. It's kind of your own fault. Once something is up on the internet, believe me, it stays on there forever.
He stole my video, just flat out saved it, uploaded it to his account, labeled it mirrored, let me prove that I'm not a troll video. Just because I removed it.
Yeah, that's what a mirrored video is. That's what all mirrored videos are. They're the documentation of dumb decisions. Ooh, an alliteration.
The reason I removed it is because the amount of people were telling me that, dude, if you want to prove you're not a troll, you're going the wrong way with it. You don't do that. So, yeah, I did remove it. It's not because I'm fucking butthurt, you dumb fuck.
I agree. NewtrogicSonic didn't remove that video because he was butthurt, but because he didn't know what he was talking about. This is the thing I was talking about. Looking before leaping. Because you don't want to leap off a ledge thinking it's like a 5-foot drop, but you're actually jumping off a 100-foot cliff with a sheer drop straight to the bottom.
I'm not even mad.
Oh, really? Because in the last video I reviewed on you, you said the same exact thing, yet later on you contradicted yourself saying that you were mad. So I really don't buy that you're not mad. I think you truly are pissed, but you're trying to be all tough about this. Yeah, nice try, I'm not buying it.
It's just, I'm confused why the fuck you saved that, man. Like, really, do you have no fucking life at all? Do you just stalk me?
Yes, because it takes so much work downloading one video from YouTube. I mean, seriously, I must have wasted like 30, 45 seconds downloading this one. What a complete waste of my life.
You've been commenting on all my fucking shit. And obviously you're a fucking stalker.
Don't flatter yourself there, man.
And then you go, when I ask you, oh, you want to fucking talk on Skype, then you say, no, I don't have a fucking mic or anything. Because you're a fucking pussy-ass bitch, you're a cocksucker. That's all. You're a fucking brony cocksucker.
Newtrogic, people who aren't mad don't use cuss words in excessiveness like you are. Because that shows that you are mad. And where did brony fit in? I guess just because he's picking on Summer Guy 20, he just figures that brony's like the new cuss word. Plus, I figure another one of the reasons why he put up that mirror video was to make you mad, which obviously has worked. So why would he even discuss with you on taking it down? He's pretty much got what he wanted, a reaction from you.
Just like the rest of those fuckers. You.
Another proof that you're angry, you're stuttering. People often stutter when they're flustered or frustrated. Also, this could be brought on by the fact that you're not using a script.
You try to tell me that bronies are better, but look at this fucking bullshit.
Hooray! Going off on a tangent!
You guys are leaving me with the biggest impression that you're all fucking faggots.
Okay, in regards to bronies, I honestly don't really care much on them. I mean, if you are one, that's cool whenever. I'm pretty sure that bronies, just like any other community, have their bad people and they also have their good people. But I do want to say this. NewtrogicSonic, for you to be picking on bronies as someone who is a recolor, I really wouldn't be talking.
No, but seriously though, can you guys please fuck off with the brony shit?
So you don't like it when recolors are being made fun of, and you're trying to stand up to the recolors haters, which you're doing horribly, by the way, but you don't want bronies to stand up to you when you're making fun of them. See, that's being two-faced, NewtrogicSonic.
That was one video, and you keep bringing it up. You made commentaries on it.
Well, considering at the time of when this video was made, that video was only 6 days old. So I'm surprised that you don't expect people to call you out on this.
And that wasn't even what the original video was about. You just heard that one line and you're like, oh, I'm gonna make a fucking video. Get a fucking life.
Yes, get a life, people who made a commentary on that video. You know, the video where he got so mad over someone on the internet who he doesn't even know and who didn't even make any videos directed at him and then posted that video up on YouTube where he made a complete ass of himself. Yes, you people need to get a life. Do you see the irony in this?
I'll say this one more time. Get a fucking life. The Punks Club 21, don't fucking steal my videos. I'm flagging that video until it's down. My team is flagging that video until it's down.
What team? The only person I've seen on your team really is you. I mean, there was KaleMan4, but it seems like that he's moved on and is doing better things with his time on YouTube. The only other people I can think of is the guy who calls out people on Skype, but instead of having, you know, discussions, it's just basically him ragging on people, and then a kiss ass who tried to call you out but failed in doing so, but now he's trying to suck it up to you. If you don't know who those are, I'm pretty sure you have a good idea.
And I hope you get suspended from YouTube for stealing videos from people.
I think really the worst thing that's going to happen if the video actually gets flagged is it's just going to get taken down and he's just going to have a strike on his account, which only is going to last for 6 months. But then again, this is a mirrored video we're talking about. I mean, NewtrogicSonic, do you realize how many mirrored videos there are on YouTube?
I don't know why you would even want to re-upload that because nobody gives a fuck. That's the thing. Nobody fucking cares. You're just a fucking no-life.
Well, you obviously care if you're bringing it up in a video and you're trying to flag it down. And one person is someone, and someone is greater than no one. So yes, someone does care.
Which is also why you're a fucking brony. So get a fucking life, please.
Says the person who is starting a YouTube war over this. I mean, seriously, NewtrogicSonic, the things that you are fighting over and complaining about are so trivial. Who really cares if he's a brony or not? Why does that truly matter?
Please get a fucking life. I'm still kind of upset about what fucking happened earlier today.
Hey, funny thing about the word upset. Did you know that it's a synonym for angry? Because I was looking up angry on thesaurus.com, and in the suggestion of enrage, guess what was listed there? Angry and upset. So yes, indeed, in this video, you are mad.
I'm scared that some people on my team are trolls. Because Sonic Forever 2, I don't mean to call you out, but you do kind of seem like a troll. I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry, Excel. I actually talk to him on Skype all the time. He's trustworthy. But Sonic Forever, I've never heard your voice, man. I've only seen you type on Skype. I've never heard your voice. Unless you're a little kid that doesn't have a microphone. But I want some proof.
You mean like proof on how you weren't a troll?
Because I'm really worried about everything now. And God damn it. Not to get upset again, but...
Do not cry.
Not to get upset again, but...
Do not cry.
That really hurt. I'm starting to think that this whole time, Mr. Gamerman115 was working for BBC. Like, BBC was in on it the whole time. That's what I think.
I don't mean to get upset, guys, but it just really hurts my feelings when I think that you're trolls and you're working for the Blackbuster critic who probably isn't even aware that I even exist on YouTube. It just really hurts and I can't deal with this. Was that a little bit over the top? Nah, I think that was fine, because for a second there when I was watching the video, I thought he was really going to cry on camera.
I think he was actually involved in all of this. I think he's like, oh, I'm not actually gonna mess with this guy, but I'll get this guy to mess with him and completely fuck him over for the day. But you know what? If you guys think you're fucking cool and shit for doing this stuff,
Ad hominem time. Well, at least they're going to be cooler than someone who, when they're angry, vents out their rage on a video and then decides to post it on YouTube only to make a bigger fool of himself.
the power of faith. I'll say this again. I said it in comments.
Whoa, power of faith? Where did that come from?
The power of faith is the strongest fucking power.
Whoa, I've never heard of faith, which is a belief, as a power. What, is it like a superpower? Superman? Have you ever heard the superpower called faith? Wonder Woman, have you ever heard of this faith superpower? What about you in Green Lantern? Have you ever seen faith save an entire city? What about you, Ghost Rider?
Nice jacket.
Oh, shut up, Nicolas Cage.
And we will not give up, and we will not lose. Because of the power of faith.
Why do all Sonic fucks have to bring up like this thing about religion or faith or God into their videos? I don't know, it just seems like a strange connection that a lot of them, if not all of them, share. And in regards to that, faith is really going to help you? You think God is going to help you with this pointless little YouTube war? I'm pretty sure she has more important things to do with his or her time.
You can get all your minions on us, but I'll just use my homing attack.
No, stop right there. No, you did not seriously just say that. Oh my god. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard as a retort.
And by that I mean, I have faith, and I will bounce off anyone who thinks that they can mess with me.
History lesson. Do you remember the last time that you tried to start a war over YouTube? Yeah, do you remember how that turned out? See, there's this thing in history called learning from your past mistakes. That's another thing you're not doing.
Because the power of faith is unlimited, and you can't stop it. It's a strong energy.
Whoa. Faith is energy? Do you know what? I'm just going to say flat out no. No. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of you, NewtrogicSonic. Faith is not an energy. It's a belief. Because if it was an energy, then why are we not using it to power our country instead of fossil fuels?
I just need you guys to stop messing with me, because I'm not sure, but I think there's someone joining my team. His name is Pingay. No, not Pingays. Pingas.
I think you mean
Pingas or Pingas or something. Pingas. I don't know, but people are saying that they hinted that he was a troll. So I'm sorry, Pingas, but I can't let you in unless you talk to me on Skype or something. But I'm not gonna trust you because you might have a voice changer. I don't know who to trust anymore.
Then maybe you should stop this whole pointless YouTube wars, because apparently it's causing more problems than solutions for you.
Let me just update you guys. That trailer, I actually don't have Flash. I made that on Pivot.
He's talking about this really short video that he made of his horrible recolor fighting Blackbuster Critic's joke recolor. You know, Black the Hedgehog, the recolor that was meant to be as a joke that apparently NewtrogicSonic didn't get because he's taking it seriously.
Pivot or something. It was a stick animation program. Why don't you guys like that? Why don't you like that? It's going to be like a little series. I got 8 dislikes and 1 like, and that 1 like was me because I do like it.
1, not everyone's going to like your creations. That's something you're going to have to deal with it. 2, liking your own videos is kind of pathetic. And 3, if you got a lot of dislikes and you're the only one that likes it, then maybe this is a good reason to not post the series. Because if they're not going to like that video, then they're probably not going to like your series.
I thought it was a good idea.
From all your past videos, we already know that you think a lot of things are good ideas, but end up to be really, really bad.
So what the hell? Like, do you don't like it because I'm using Blackbuster Critic's Sonic character? I thought that was interesting. He claims that his character was strong as hell, and so...
So you decided to make a video on a character that was a joke character, as in not to be taken serious, as in you just made a complete fool of yourself doing that.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, please just give me a second, instead of me taking the effort to edit out all my gaps of silence and stuttering.
Okay, I forget what I was saying now, I'm sorry. But, yeah, oh wait, Blackbuster Critic, yeah, I chose him because he says he's powerful. And, like, his character is really powerful and stuff. But so is mine, and so is my team.
Yeah, your whole team of really bad recolors that are taking this stuff seriously when recoloring in the beginning is not to be taken seriously.
So I will make Blackbuster Critic's character a little overpowered, but with the power of faith, our whole team will be able to defeat him.
You know, there's been a lot of recolor wars and Sonic wars here on the internet. And do you know how many the recolor side have won? 0. I don't think that's gonna change.
And with that, I'm just trying to teach you guys that the power of faith. You guys can't just give up on something.
Yeah, that message is good for someone who's, trying to get a job or trying to pass a class. Something productive and beneficial, not a pointless YouTube war that's in the end going to hurt you.
You gotta keep going, even if you're hurt. Like, today I got really hurt and I sound like a fucking bitch right now.
Hey, you said it, not me.
But you know what? It's true. The power of faith can't stop you no matter what happens. No matter what. And let me just be honest here, guys. I've been really, really, really depressed today. Since all that happened, I lost some faith, but I'm gaining it back slowly.
Yeah, that losing of faith is your common sense telling you this is not a good idea. Maybe you should listen to it.
So don't be laughing at me.
I'm not. I'm just slowly shaking my head in disappointment at you.
You fuckers can't stop me. Wow, this video is 8 minutes long. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, considering the fact that if you took out all the stuttering and silence, you probably could have done this in a video that was at least half this video's length.
I'll be posting a video soon. I will be mad. I'll get my faith back. I will be mad.
He mad? He will be mad.
And I want you guys to know something. The Gamer115, he wasn't only a troll. He stole my views, and I'm mad at him, and we're going on a Skype chat, and I'm gonna have a nice little fucking chat with him.
Oh, boo, he stole your views. You need to learn how to share, man. I mean, seriously, like, all these lessons that he just does not learn are stuff that first graders know.
That's right. The Mr. Gamerman. Get ready.
Yes, get ready, Mr. Gamerman, because NewtrogicSonic is gonna do the worst thing to you. Call you brownie!
I'm gonna find out who you are, and when I do, I'm gonna link it everywhere.
So it's totally not okay to steal your videos, but it's definitely okay for you to steal private information from someone and distribute that on the internet.
And you're going to be humiliated. So, you know what, Mr. Gamerman? Fuck you. It's hard to say that because I still think you're my friend, but fuck you. You fucking lied to me. You lied about who you were. And now I don't know who to trust, okay?
Maybe because this whole YouTube war thing was a bad idea. Why am I saying this again?
You fucked me over today, and not in the gay way.
Whoa, what does that mean? You fucked me over today, but not in a good way?
So fuck off with that, but I'm going on to 10 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm stopping now. Goodbye.
I didn't actually cut him off right there. His video just abruptly cuts off like that.
Well, howdy doody, YouTube. Howdy doody. I wanted to make a video tonight about people who like electronic music.
You're so close, man. Here, let me help you sound out a la the electric company. Electronic. Electronic. This is brought to you by the Courtesy.
And I say that because you can't just say techno, because then people are like, oh, it's not called techno, that's one kind. It's techno, house, even rap, most pop music.
Hip-hop and pop are not subgenres of electronic music. If that was true, then that would make the Beastie Boys and the Rolling Stones electronic bands.
So, like, if you like that, get the fuck out. Because here's how it goes. You get...
Genius. Truly genius explanation right there. Here's the deal. If your rant has gaps of silence like this and a lot of fumbling over words, like what he did, then it obviously shows me that you're totally a professional on this issue. It also might help to script out what you're going to say.
Like guitar or banjo or drums, bass, things that you can actually play. Because if you can actually play it, then it's an instrument. If you just make music go like this on keyboard...
I'm sorry, but this is probably one of the dumbest arguments I've ever heard for why electronic music sucks. I've heard this lots of times before on how people state that electronic music isn't real music because you're not using real instruments. First off, I'm going to show off some electronic musicians that blow your faulty reasoning that electronic musicians don't use real instruments out of the water.
In another time, we would meet.
These are all bands that are considered electronic that use actual instruments. The guitars, the drums, even the cello and big horns you heard on that Spangle track were all recorded live. Keep in mind, there are plenty more musicians that do this, but we would be here forever if we went through all of them. Second, when you say keyboard, I'm assuming you are referring to using a computer music program. You are making the fallacious assumption that computer music programs are easy. This varies on the program itself. If you're using GarageBand or something lower than that, then yeah, it's fairly basic. But if we're talking about programs like Reason or Logic Pro, then it takes an incredible amount of technical and musical knowledge in order to make music. Also, most music programs require a MIDI keyboard in order to put in data, which takes some actual music know-how. As someone who's actually studied in music theory and works with music programs, I can tell you that your claims are incredibly shallow and you obviously don't understand much about electronic music and how it functions.
Then it's not in there.
No, really? I thought when I played my MIDI keyboard that there actually was a giant orchestra inside it being played by magical leprechauns. What is so bad about using an interface to a computer program anyways? Because with my MIDI keyboard and my music software, I can make anything from arpeggiated harp chords to deep full-sounding trombone sound or an extremely distorted sine wave pad. That's the glory of using a music software. You have a lot of creative freedom to use anything at your disposal.
You dumb fucks. Get the...
And at 1 minute and 5 seconds, he cuts himself off mid-sentence. Good job. I also love how you kind of end with just giving up on what you were trying to say and just throw out an insult. What honestly possessed you to think that this was good enough to put up on YouTube? You have given no good reasons on why electronic music was bad. Oh, and on another point, good job completely forgetting on what you're actually ranting on. The title says you talk about the fans, but yet you talk more about the music. Plus, you didn't talk about techno, you talked about electronic music. Those words are not interchangeable. Techno is a subgenre of electronic music, like house, disco, drum and bass, jungle, chiptune, electro rock, trip hop, folktronica, new wave, synth pop, ambient, IDM, glitch, grime, dubstep, psytrance, dance punk, krautrock, rave, breakcore, breakbeat. Can I stop now? To end this, I would like to use this analogy. The process of thinking this guy possesses in this video is like this Ventendorf nuclear power plant. It's there, but he sure as hell ain't using it.
Hello, YouTube.
And I'm done. At 2 seconds, I'm finishing this video because that was creepy as hell. I don't think I need to say anything more. Okay, fine, I'll keep going. How much more of this video do I have to go through? Joe Footlin.
Yeah, it's me. With the news.
The news that I have finally killed the Batman. I'm sorry, but seriously, he's introducing himself like he's some really creepy psychopath. This may be extreme hyperbole, but the mannerisms make him sound like a serial killer, and that's just scary. Even though Barry the Chopper is a serial killer, but he's not as, well... Shut up, I got Bjork on my side. What does he have?
Of, Sonic Adventure 2 being released for the PSN and the Xbox Live this October. I thought it was an appropriate time to bring this up.
Can we please make it a prerequisite that if you're going to be on YouTube, you have to have an editing program? Because once again, people don't learn to edit out their gaps of silence and stuttering.
I noticed that a lot of people are forever baying for a Sonic Adventure 3. Well, does this look familiar to you?
Well, duh, of course it looks familiar. That's firewood that you're holding there.
Of course it does. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. This is an opinion I don't share with the rest of the world, but it's considered the worst game in the Sonic franchise ever. This game has gone through a couple of nicknames, Sonic 06 and Sonic 360, but there's one particular nickname that I personally like to call it, which I think it should be referred to a lot more.
Either this is a dramatic pause or he forgot what he's going to say. Either way, it's stupid.
Sonic 06 is Sonic Adventure 3.
Yeah, I'm just going to say flat out no to this because I'm pretty sure all these reasons are just going to be based on coincidence and have no real grounds. But then again, this is a Sonic fan, so why should I really be surprised that he's going to jump to this assumption?
That's right. The game that all you ungrateful Sonic fans have spat on, shat on, puked on, and thrown back in Sega's face is the Sonic Adventure game you had been baying for at least 4 years.
Yep, a game that has legitimate problems like graphical glitches, timed events that don't work right, insane loading times, physics that make no sense, a horrid camera system, shitty controls, and an overall super fluid storyline that was not all well received is the game that Sonic fans have been waiting for. How ungrateful are the Sonic fans for not wanting a game that is legitimately faulty? Shame on them.
Now that's a lot to take in, isn't it? Huh? A lot of you are probably refusing to believe it. Well,
Isn't arrogance just the best tool to use when trying to prove something to someone? I mean, it works so well for dogs need pleasure too.
I have evidence that it is Sonic Adventure 3. Running theme in the Sonic Adventure games, something that is unique to the Sonic Adventure games, is a central hub where you can just run around, explore, with the threat of little or no enemies.
Oh, incorrect am I not, friend, because I have played Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 before, and Sonic Adventure 2 didn't have a hub level whatsoever. It had a level selection map, which is not the same as a hub world.
This has been called the Adventure Field, and in Sonic 06, the town stages. Another recurring theme is the oh, fuck.
And only after making 1 point, he seriously forgot the next one. You're on point 2 and you already forgot? People, there's this magical thing called a script. Learn to use it because it will help you from looking like a complete doofus. Now I'm just going to skip ahead until you actually can remember, and believe me, it takes a while.
Skip this one. The last recurring theme...
Wait, you only had 3 points? And you couldn't even remember the second one? Well, your first point sucked, and I easily proved it wrong. You didn't even have a second point, so your third one better blow me out of the fucking water.
Is the wide cast of characters. They all have their own little bit to do within the story. Sometimes their story clashes with another character's story, causing tension. But at the end, they all have to come together and fight the one common enemy. In the first Sonic Adventure game, it is Perfect Chaos. The second Sonic Adventure game, the Bio-Lizard. And in Sonic 06, Solaris.
Well then, by your logic, wouldn't that make Sonic Heroes Sonic Adventure 3? Because after all, Sonic Heroes has different characters who have their own different storylines that eventually cross over, and in the end, they all have to fight together to defeat Metal Sonic. And that game came out before Sonic 06.
I have now remembered what the second one was. It's the fact that with every number of the game, Adventure 1, Adventure 2, there is a new main hedgehog added. Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic himself, obviously. Sonic Adventure 2, Shadow was added, who, for the most part, was the villain. Sonic 06, or Sonic Adventure 3...
Okay, seriously, just get on with your point. I've probably cut out at least 2 minutes of your video because of how fucking long you take.
That had Silver. 3 Sonic Adventure games, 3 hedgehogs. Also, much like Shadow, Silver was for the most part believed to be the villain.
There's the difference. Perceived to be a villain. Shadow was an actual villain. He was actually trying to stop Sonic because he was following Eggman. Silver was trying to save the world from something dangerous and mistakenly hit Sonic because he thought Sonic was the villain.
Even the back of the box says, play as new foe, Silver. Keyword foe. Enemy. Villain.
Opponent, adversary, rival, repugnant. We know what a foe is. But even if Silver is classified as an enemy, I really don't think that it proves Sonic 06 is Sonic Adventure 3. Because you're forgetting important stuff like the format of axe stages, the emerald fighting levels, finding up level up items, stuff like that. That's common in both Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. But probably one of the biggest things I guess you could group the Adventure series in having is the Chow Garden. Sonic 06 never had a Chow Garden. That was probably one of the prominent features of the Adventure series.
The Sonic Adventure games also end in a very similar fashion. The main hedgehog character turns super and fights the last boss.
Well, so did Sonic Heroes and Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Sonic Adventure 2, it's Sonic and Shadow to fight the Bio-Lizard. They change over when the rings are running out. Sonic 06 or Sonic Adventure 3, Sonic, Shadow and Silver changing places when they run out of rings to fight the boss. Do you see the running theme here?
Yeah, but that's really one thing. One thing isn't enough to make something part of a group. I had this discussion multiple times over and over and over again, guys, is that if you're going to compare something to something else, you need to have multiple traits. Now, we tried to put 3 of them, but one of them was wrong, and the other one you could apply to Sonic Heroes. So why isn't Sonic Heroes Sonic Adventure 3? In fact, Why isn't Sonic Unleashed part of the series? Because Sonic Unleashed had the hub levels. It also had everyone eventually coming together from their different storylines, working together to defeat the final boss, and Sonic going super with his friends Tails and Knuckles to defeat the boss. So, why is Sonic 06 the one that's Sonic Adventure 3? I think, honestly, out of any games, it would probably be Sonic Heroes that's more likely, considering the fact that it was the game that just came out after Sonic Adventure 2, and is also technically part of the Dreamcast era, which Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 were part of.
Well, there you have it. I have now given you evidence to why this game you all hate so much is the game that you're forever asking for.
Why would you think Sonic 06 is the game that people would all want? Just because maybe a few like things about the game? That's stupid. And like I said, I could say the same thing about Sonic Heroes and have more of a connection. I can bunk your whole 3 hedgehogs with this. In Sonic Heroes, you control 3 characters at once. You can level up 3 times, and there's 3 different stages in groups, 2 action stages and then a boss stage. So if there was already a Sonic Adventure 3, it'd be Sonic Heroes. And considering that also shares a similar art style, or at least more than Sonic Sticks, that's more proof. But even then I wouldn't say that Sonic Heroes is Sonic Adventure 3.
And if you still don't want to believe it, well, you're either incredibly stupid or in serious denial.
And behold, the dumbest thing he could have said in this review. Agree with me, otherwise you're stupid or denying it. It's an opinion, man. Nor does Sega or the Sonic team ever say Sonic 06 is Sonic Adventure 3. This is all just a view you have. And if I'm so stupid for not agreeing with you, why was I able to prove that, if anything, Sonic Heroes is a better choice with more evidence? And talking about stupid, you're 24, arguing over a kid's game and claiming your opinion is right, and anyone who disagrees with you as wrong. That's not even a point 6-year-olds would make.
And well, if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you.
Oh god, what is he doing? Okay. I really don't get what that was supposed to be, but nevertheless, it was really, really dumb.
Alright, haters. This is specifically titled for you.
Oh, what a sweet gesture. Obviously not Knuckles recolor.
Tell me then, if you're so smart, what is a Sonic fag?
Well, I'm calling you right now, but you're obviously not going to answer your phone. I can hear it ring, dude. Answer already.
Because I've been called a Sonic fag many times, and I don't know why. You say it's 'cause diapers and stuff? I don't even know what you're talking about. Because I even get called a Sonic fag at school.
Wow. I think this is really the first time I've ever heard of actually someone being called a Sonic fuck in real life. That's pretty pathetic if people who you know in real life are calling you this. And to say that you don't know why you're being called this, I mean, come on, honestly, dude. There has to be some reason that you're warranting this insult.
By these friggin' like hipster kids and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's mature. Insult the people that are insulting you. And I have a question. Is it just people in real life that are hipsters if they call you a Sonic fuck, or is it anyone? Because if it's anyone, then I guess I'm a hipster. Come on, other hipsters! Let's go listen to our obscure bands that no one else knows about. Make crappy art that's supposed to be meaningful and deep, but all we're really doing is putting it in Photoshop and making it negative.
Just because I have a belt buckle that has Sonic on it, and I carry around a werehog on my book bag.
Both things which are signs of Sonic fuckery. Mainly because, you know, usually Sonic fucks love Sonic 06 and Sonic Unleashed, even though they were such horrible games. And with you having a werehog on your book bag, that's kind of a good example because, to be honest, Sonic Unleashed was a pretty bad game. Not as bad as Sonic 06, but it wasn't good. Also, these people might be saying that because they're just trying to get your goat. And obviously from this video, it has worked.
I get insulted. I get called a Sonic fag. Yeah.
Yeah.
By this brick wall with hipster kids like sitting by it and stuff with their laptops and all that.
Listening to their obscure music that no one else knows about.
But anyways, enough of that. I want you guys to specifically tell me why I would be a Sonic fag.
Well, because your recolor, I mean, that's pretty evident from your avatar, which is just basically a Sonic X screenshot of Knuckles, which you then tweak the colors of to make original. Second, you're defending another Sonic fuck, who I will not say the name of, because we are calling out on his bullshit with constructive criticism and logic, but you don't think that's okay. Third, you're trying to defend recoloring, saying that it's not art theft when it clearly is. And lastly, you're being butthurt over being called out on your bullshit. And if you weren't, why did you make this video?
Because diapers just doesn't explain it. And yeah, besides that, this isn't about me anyways. This is about everyone else. What did they do to be Sonic fags? Because I don't even see them posting diapers and fur things.
You really don't know why we're calling other people Sonic fucks? Okay, let's give you an example. For instance, Michael Jackson, he became infamous because he liked Gut-Till's top 10 hottest Sonic female characters, which was a Sonic fuck list. And also, he makes fetish art of Sonic characters tap dancing. I know, it's really weird and I don't know how to explain it. But he was also called a Sonic fuck because he could not take constructive criticism at all and got butthurt when anyone was trying to give him just a tiny ounce of it. I'll even give you another example, probably a more extreme example, like King Master Review. King Master Review had videos of where he was playing with Sonic dolls. He was super obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog, especially Silver. In fact, there was one video where he claimed that Silver was living with him and did some really fake interview with bad voice acting as Silver, and then proceeded to butt rape him. I wish I was kidding, YouTube. I really was. And in regards to when he said he doesn't see them making diaper and fur stuff, I'm assuming that he's talking about fetish art. And if you really haven't seen any Sonic fetish art being made, where were you looking? Were you looking under a rock? I will tell you how easy it is to find Sonic fetish art. This was a true story that happened to me. Now, if you guys don't know, right now, currently, I'm making kind of a Sonic fan comic based off Sonic Riders, except all the characters are human, not furries. Yay! So anyways, I need a reference of Jet the Hawk in order to make him human. So I went to Bing Images and typed in Jet the Hawk. I'm warning you guys right now, do not type in Jet the Hawk on Bing Images, because the second image that comes up, Sonic fanbase, what the fuck? Seriously, why doesn't that picture have like some mature or adult blocker on it? Because one day there's gonna be some little kid who's gonna be like, oh, I like Jet the Hawk. He's one of my favorite Sonic characters. Hey, I have an idea. I'm gonna go on Bing Images and look at pictures of my favorite Sonic character. And then they're gonna say that as one of the top results for Jet the Hawk. That kid will go blind from looking at that picture. I almost did. I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent on this, but it's to prove a point of the fact that it's really easy to find Sonic fetish art, even though you really don't want to. So obviously, you haven't been looking hard enough. Or maybe he's just trying to defend all the Sonic fucks and saying, oh, they're not that bad. Oh, they don't do this. Oh, blah, 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 blah. When it's obvious that, yeah, they are doing this stuff. Because we have proof. What's our proof? Go to the internet.
So, of course there's going to be fur things. We're talking about Sonic here. But that doesn't make us Sonic fags, you know?
I'm assuming that by fur stuff, he means like fur fetish art. But that's totally not the case. Yeah, if you do furry fetish art of Sonic characters, then yes, you will be called a Sonic fuck.
So, really, explain yourselves better. Make yourselves more clear to me, because this makes no sense whatsoever, and it's really stupid.
Well, of course it's not going to make sense to you, because you obviously don't know what a Sonic fuck truly is, because you really didn't research it that hard. I mean, honestly, go to Urban Dictionary or Encyclopedia Dramatica, and they'll tell you in full detail what a Sonic fuck is. And I think you can put the pieces together. Because there's more than just diaper and fur stuff, as you say.
Also, update on the war.
There is no war. Are you serious? Okay, just to back it up, basically he declared war against Slap Happy Gamer because Slap Happy Gamer responded to Joshua8428's crappy commentaries on Slap Happy Gamer. And then this guy got butthurt that Slap Happy Gamer was responding back to Joshua and blah blah blah. Recolor drama!
It's not really occurring now until we have some confirmation.
Exactly, there is no war. And I'm pretty sure that there isn't going to be any confirmation because Slap Happy Gamer has better things to do with her time than respond to you.
But you know what? It doesn't matter. Listen to that song from Sonic Adventure, and you'll know how I feel right now. It doesn't matter. Now what happens? I will never give up the fight, you know?
Yes, boys, fight the good fight!
You guys can't stop us. Like, even if you have 50 of you and only 2 of us for the time being, we're gonna get more and more people.
Yes, Recolors, united they stand, fighting for life, liberty, and the pursuit to Photoshop Sonic X screenshots and make them their own original characters.
Because I know a lot of people that would support me on this. So, to all you haters out there, you're not gonna stop us.
Yeah, same with us. You're not gonna be able to stop us from criticizing you and calling you out on your bullshit.
You have no right to call us Sonic Fags.
Sonic fuck logic at its best. I love that line. You have no right to call us Sonic Fags. You have no right to criticize us. You have no right to tell us that we're art thieves. Yes, we do. We have every right. We can tell you that. And you can tell us that we're wrong. That's your right. But guess what? It's our right to call you out on your bullshit. So guess what? Deal with it.
So, you know, screw you guys.
Well, that's not very nice.
That's all I gotta say. Like, I'm actually laughing now because of some of the comments I'm getting.
Okay, remember that he just said that he's laughing at some of the comments that he's getting. Because he's going to say something in just a little bit that's going to contradict that statement.
They're calling me tough guy or something, and I didn't even leave the impression that I was tough.
Then why did you declare war against Slap Happy Gamer? No further questions, Your Honor.
I didn't say, hey, I'm gonna beat you up in the parking lot if you mess with me. No. I just pointed out some facts and stated my opinion, and
then we called you out on your bullshit, and you got butthurt over it.
Yes, I would like to go to war still. But that doesn't mean I'm tough. It's not like we're actually killing each other. It's just, I want to prove a point here.
Believe me, we've already heard all the points that Recolors and Sonic Fucks have tried to make, but failed at doing.
So, whoever's calling me a tough guy and stuff, that needs to stop, because that's really dumb.
And it also makes you a hipster. So go away, hipster. Go back to your laptops and listen to some
Neutral Milk Hotel.
And yeah, just stop with the Sonic Fag stuff already, because Sonic Fags don't exist.
Yep, Sonic Fucks are mythical, just like the Loch Ness Monster or North Dakota. I'm sorry, but in regards to Sonic Fucks, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, that they don't exist. Yeah, they do. And if you don't believe me, go to Google or Bing or somewhere and type in Christian Weston Chandler.
It's like I said, it's a fan base. It's called Sonic fans, not Sonic Fags. I don't know where the Fags came in.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's kind of a big mistake right there. You can be a Sonic fan and not be a Sonic fuck. There is a difference. Not all Sonic fans are Sonic fucks. There are good Sonic fans. But within the Sonic fan base, there are Sonic fucks.
But that has to stop. It's so stupid. I know you guys are just trolling me now. Like, a lot of you are just trolls, and it's really stupid.
There's a difference between constructive criticism and calling you out on your bullshit and troll comments. And even if you do get troll comments, you could, I don't know, ignore them.
Like, what are you trying to accomplish? You guys really make me mad, though. I'll admit that. I get pretty pissed off when I read your comments. They make no sense whatsoever.
Okay, right there. Did you hear what he just said? Let's replay that one bit I told you to remember about right now.
That's all I gotta say. Like, I'm actually laughing now because of some of the comments I'm getting.
Don't you just love it when someone contradicts themselves so quickly? So earlier you said that you were laughing at the comments they were putting, but just now you said that you were getting pissed off. Which one is it? I'm assuming it's the latter because, after all, you did make this butthurt video about being called a Sonic fuck. So, nice try covering up there saying that you were laughing. It's not fooling anyone.
Ugh. Enough of that. Enough of that. You guys don't understand the concept of recolors, and you're saying it's stealing, and it's really stupid because it's not stealing, it's recolors. We're not claiming it as our own art.
By saying we, you mean that you are speaking for the recolor community as a whole. And if you are, then that statement you just said is wrong. Because there is proof that there are recolors out there that recolor Sonic X screenshots or sprites and then claim that to be original. So, no, that is not true. And it doesn't even matter the fact that you know that your art isn't original. It's still art theft.
We didn't say we drew it.
Of course, because that would imply that recoloring has talent in it.
It's called a recolor for a reason, because we recolored it. Do you understand now? Maybe that it's in a video you'll understand better. I don't know.
Of course you don't know, because what you're trying to defend is so not worth defending in, because if you try, you're only going to make yourself look like an idiot.
But please, this is so stupid, and you guys are obviously going to lose.
Okay, if it's so stupid, then why did you declare war? Second of all, we're not going to lose, because we have logic, and logic wins. Yay, America.
Lose, because, like, my facts that I'm laying down on you are very obviously clear.
These are the things that's obviously clear to me. You're butthurt, you're acting like a tough guy, you don't know what you're arguing about at all, you contradict yourself, and you're obviously telling me from this video that yes, you indeed are a Sonic fuck. Yeah, maybe you don't do the fetish stuff, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to do that in order to be a Sonic fuck. All you have to do in order to be a Sonic fuck is try to defend Sonic and try to defend recoloring and whine and bitch and be butthurt about it. Oh hey, that's what you're doing!
There's no way you can, like, get around that. They're solid. Like, prove me wrong, really. I'd like to see you actually prove me wrong and make sense at the same time.
Because no one's proved me wrong so far because they're all hipsters.
My god, you guys. Anyways, see you, YouTube.
Awkward silence at the end!
Here's another quick video for you guys. Question of the day is this. Do the perks and proficiencies in Modern Warfare 3 really make the guns of that game unbalanced?
Okay, 3 things. First off, are you still going on with this whole Modern Warfare 3 thing? I mean, honestly, Magneto39, this is pretty much what most of your videos are, is just saying why Modern Warfare 3 is awesome and why Battlefield sucks until you said, I'm not going to rip on Battlefield anymore. But you're still, like, talking about, oh, how great Modern Warfare 3 is. You're such a broken record. Number 2, who really cares anymore? I mean, honestly, it's a freaking video game. That's why I don't like video game wars, because people make such big deals of it. Like, I understand taking sides and saying, yeah, this game's better than this game, but that's about it. I don't see making all these pointless videos on it, saying, this game rocks, this game sucks, fuck you, blah, 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 I'm 12. All that stuff is completely nonsense. And 3, what is up with all these camera filters that you're putting on? They are completely unnecessary. It's basically like how some of the YouTube whores have like jump cuts every other second because they can't string together one sentence at all without having like 50 jump cuts in the middle of it. They're completely unnecessary, just like having all these weird camera filters on it. I don't know why you're going with that. It's not like it was like some artistic effect. I don't see any l'art pour l'art in this at all.
To me, I think that depends on who you ask. Okay? For my personal experience, the answer is no. Simply because these perks are not enough. It doesn't give a player enough of an advantage. Okay? It just doesn't give a player enough of an advantage over another player with the same gun. Let's face it, these proficiencies were mostly put in there for show.
Okay, I'm sorry I have to bring this up, but if you're using jump cuts, we know that you're using editing. So I have a question. Why aren't you editing out these ums and these pauses? Because you showed us before when you did that jump cut, simply because jump cut. You're showing that you do use them, although you're kind of abusing them a little bit. Why don't you use them when they're actually needed? Editing out mistakes, ums or ahs, or awkward pauses where you're not doing anything. I almost feel like that he put jump cuts in there just to make this video seem more flashy and appealing to people, just so they could subscribe to him. Oh yeah, and did I forget to mention, he did change this, but in his original video description, he asked people to subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Yeah, someone wants some attention.
Other than rapid fire and attachment proficiencies, the rest of them are really garbage. Kick proficiency is one of the worst fucking things ever put in a video game, in a shooting game. It does not help.
Guess what also doesn't help, Magneto39? Putting in unneeded video filters and effects into your video. I know you're trying to make this seem more appealing to people, but it just comes off as being very tawdry and distracting from the point of your video.
It does not help. Not at all. Not one little bit of iota. Okay? I mean, and perks, the perks do help, but proficiencies are useless. I believe I played this game quite a lot. And again, from my own personal experience, all the weapons are balanced. I don't see any imbalance whatsoever.
Wait. That's a bit of a contradiction. Because earlier you said that kick proficiency was completely useless. And you also mentioned that there are some proficiencies in the games that are complete garbage. Would that not count as an imbalance?
And for someone to say that some guns are imbalanced is just retarded. Okay?
No, not okay. See, it doesn't help to insult people who think differently from you, because that sort of nullifies your argument.
I just don't see how. Now this guy, this member of Treyarch, he claims that the guns are imbalanced in Modern Warfare 3. Okay, whatever, that's some bullshit. But I don't see it because those proficiencies are mostly there for show. They don't really help. Only 2 of the proficiencies are actually worth using.
Well, if there's only 2 proficiencies that are worth using, and there are a bunch others that aren't worth using, I would consider that an imbalance.
Okay, let me know what you guys think.
Let me rephrase that. Magneto39 was only talking to the people that agree with him. For the people that don't agree with him, don't let him know what you think, because otherwise he's going to give you a butthurt comment filled with ad hominem statements. Or do, because those comments are really funny.
Do you guys think that any weapons in Modern Warfare 3 are unbalanced? Let me know in the comments below, bitches. And I'll catch you later, alligators.
That ending almost made Ricky Fima's endings look intelligent. And at 3 minutes and 13 seconds, we finish the video. I also like that ending here. I'm telling you, Magneto39, it's a slippery slope to becoming a YouTube whore.
To the atheist, how can you consider having any meaning to life, your life, any life at all, if you do not believe in God?
I've heard this so much before, it's not even funny. I'll answer this question with another question. Why do you need a God to give your life meaning? According to at least what Christianity says, you have eternity waiting for you in heaven, so why work hard in this life? Wouldn't it make more sense that this life has more meaning if this is the only life you get? Think about it like this. This is it. You get one chance. I think that gives me more incentive to value my life because time is fleeting. Honestly, life has less meaning if we have an eternity after. To quote Ricky Gervais, we have nothing to die for, we have everything to live for. And before I get a comment saying, but Raven, you're wasting your life making these dumb commentaries, then let me just say this is something I do in my spare time. Buttheads.
If you believe you came from a monkey.
Oh my god, this whole barrel full of fun. Huh? Get it? Barrels. Monkeys. Okay, so this is less about atheism and more about evolution. If you're going to try to argue against atheism, let me say this very clearly. Evolution, first off, is not directly linked to atheism. It's just something that a lot of atheists do see as fact. Second of all, evolution does not state we came from monkeys. It states we have a common ancestor with monkeys. Those two ideas are different. And hate all you want, but the proof is in the pudding. The deoxyribonucleic pudding. To give you an idea of how close our DNA is to, say, chimpanzees, the difference between individual humans is about 0.1%. That's pretty small. The difference between human DNA and chimpanzees, 1.2%. You can't deny the numbers, man.
Then you obviously would believe that you're going to turn into something else, evolve into something else. But according to you, I guess that would have to be some fleshly organism over billions or trillions of years.
Well, yeah, probably over billions of years. Humans might evolve. There is a chance. It's not a belief, but rather if the conditions are right. Organisms don't just evolve because that's how it is. They evolve due to changes in their environment. That's what evolution teaches us. Humans are pretty adaptable, so if they do or don't, it's just something we're going to have to see.
And through your sciences, you have spoken your theories and taken them as fact.
Okay, so another common misconception, not understanding the difference between the common use word theory to scientific theory, the latter being a coherent group of test general propositions, commonly regarded as correct. They can be used as principles of explanation and prediction for a class of phenomena. Scientific theories are not just believed in, they're tested. And something that is scientific theory is fact, or can still be fact, like gravity, or special relativity, or evolution. Honestly, this is already starting to feel like one of those guys TOG Professors covers on his That One Atheist channel, or one of those zany Christians that the Armored Skeptic covers. But hey, maybe it's fitting. He's armor, and I'm armor.
Push them on the public, and inch by inch have taken anything godly out of our institutes of learning.
Because it's never like that there are some Christians that have tried to force their beliefs on people, especially in institutions. Oh wait, they do. Plus, if you want to whine about religion being out of these institutions, then tell me why are there so many Christian and Catholic private schools in this country? If you're really so bothered by the harmless prospect of secularism, then go to one of these schools. There is plenty of them.
Get all upset about rules, the Ten Commandments, that are basic staples in all good people.
But I would argue that a grand majority of non-religious people don't see any problem with the idea that committing murder, robbery, adultery, disobeying your parents, or just being a jealous prick being things that are wrong. But of course, there are three things that usually cover these things pretty well in general: social stigma, sympathy, and law. You don't necessarily need religion to tell you what that is, because people have their own moral ethics that they instill in themselves.
Know them deep down inside that they are what is right. But that offends you because they're in the Bible. You want freedom of expression for all the sick and disturbing, disgusting things that people whose minds have been seared with hot irons of any guilt of their own sins.
Oh, run-on sentence!
People that believe in the lust of their flesh and their sickness and control over others through whatever means necessary to get what they want. It's okay. It doesn't matter who gets hurt as long as you don't get caught. Even if you do get caught, what does it matter if there is no God and really no true judgment? And, then what is the judgment from man that seems righteous among men? Why would that even hold any concrete basis in reality at all? If reality has no purpose, but to evolve into the next creature.
Okay. First off, run on point. Your points drag on because you're really loosey-goosey with your arguments. Have concise sentences. It makes it easier to understand what you're saying. Second, you severely underestimate self-worth of people if you think that we need Lord and Jesus to tell us what's right and wrong. Third, what judgment does the law of man have? Have you ever heard of this place called prison? See, it's this nifty place where if people break laws that are put forth by the government, they are punished and stripped from society for confinement. That's where people who kill and steal go. And then there's this other thing called shame. If you cheat on your significant other and that gets out, the social stigma is essentially your punishment. Like I said, social stigma, sympathy, and law. You're underestimating humans. Fourth, just because humans might evolve doesn't mean that we should have laws now. What kind of justification is this? Also, what atheists have ever said this? When was this ever put forth by evolution? This is some weak argument game, son. Step it up.
That will take billions of years, which is so slow that you don't even notice it. But you say that this is fact, yet you have no real evidence. All your evidence is theories.
Well, there's this, and this, oh, and this, these, and well, all of this. We have evidence for the theory of evolution, but you're choosing to ignore that. Just because it's called a theory doesn't mean it's just a random guess. We have a lot of factual evidence for it. This is just bad arguing you're doing here.
Your very own Darwin.
What the hell sound was that? Are there aliens in this video? That was an alien sound. Maybe are you an alien, sir?
Your very own Darwin wrote theories, and I very highly doubt that he expected them to be implemented as such as they have been.
Yeah, that's why he wrote these theories, despite the countless proof he had for these theories, and published them to the scientific community. If he didn't expect people to look into his findings, then why would he publish The Origin of Species in 1859? What are you even arguing here?
Over time, your godlessness has brought nothing but mocking of God's rules, which are good for all of us.
Leviticus 29. For everyone that curseth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. He hath cursed his father or his mother. His blood shall be upon him. Exodus 21:20 to 21:21. When a man strikes his male or female slave with a rod so hard that the slave dies under his hand, he shall be punished. If, however, the slave survives for a day or two, he is not to be punished, since the slave is his own property. And Deuteronomy 13:12 to 13:15. If you hear it said about one of the towns the Lord your God is giving you to live in, that troublemakers have arisen among you and have led the people of their town astray, saying, let us go and worship other gods, gods you have not known, then you must inquire, probe, and investigate it thoroughly. And if it is true and has been proved that this detestable thing has been done among you, you must certainly put to the sword all who live in that town. You must destroy completely, both its people and its livestock. Okay, here's just 3 examples of laws in the Bible. So let's see. If a kid curses at his family, you are to kill him. It's okay to beat your slave as long as he doesn't die, or she dies, even if it's to near death. And the kicker, if you find another town is worshiping someone else, you are to commit violence and kill them all. These are actual things that were written in the Bible.
Not just in this life, but in the eternal life that comes next. Not an evolution process. I will always be myself, but perfected. The sin that is in my life will be no more.
If you're a good person, that is. And considering what you'll do in this video, I would figure a Christian God would have issues with how you look down at others.
I will be a new creature in Christ Jesus, you see. Not evolution. I will not become a dung beetle.
I just love that little condescending laugh that he does right there. He really thinks that he just owned all atheists. Yet, obviously, he doesn't understand the simplest thing about evolution. The theory of evolution wouldn't state we become dung beetles or whatever ridiculous thing you're going to say. Why is this always the anti-evolution argument? If you're going to try to debate it, please at least understand the basic principles of it.
I will not be a tree. Or a frog. Or a monkey. Yeah, why couldn't I turn back into a monkey?
Because that's not how evolution works. Holy crap. This is basic knowledge about evolution, 101. Here, sir, go take a class on evolution, or anthropology, or something along those lines that would actually teach you about this. Go be informed. Go learn. Because it makes you look really bad when you're arguing something you obviously have a very tenuous grasp on.
Where are all of the half monkey, half humans around?
They died out. Evolution means changing. Continuous changing. The half human, half monkeys, as you put it, aren't here because they died out. Want to know why? There were changes to the environment, and they couldn't adapt to it. Early humans did, and so they got to survive. They adapted and changed to meet the demands of the environment. Natural selection. Learn something.
And I'll be up front. I've heard atheists tell me, look at black people. So I wonder how many of you atheists are racist like that. Do you actually believe that black people are the missing link? Yeah, that is true. A lot of you think that way.
That is such a sweeping generalization that it's asinine. I like proof of that. Give me proof. Corpus delicti. You are blindly stating a generalization here that is so extremely fallacious it's pathetic. And you want to talk about prejudice? Here's an article that I found that talks about how religious people, in fact, tend to be more racist than non-religious people. And yes, I am very aware that the Bible talks about accepting all, and that's the odd thing when you find that there are some religious people out there that are very intolerant.
I don't. That's complete rubbish. That's some Nazi garbage. You atheists act like Nazis. Yes, you do.
Where's your proof? Gotta give us proof. You can't just state things and then ask people to believe it. How ridiculous is the notion of just blindly accepting what you've heard?
Can't deny that. The way you talk, spew verbal diarrhea and so many comments on spiritual videos people make for Jesus Christ and praise Him. Why do you people even bother wasting your time if you don't believe it?
Because people have the right to debate whatever they want. They have a right to talk about what they want. I mean, they could use this against you. You obviously are not atheists, so why bother talking about it? You're defeating your own arguments because someone said something about the Lord, and you want to discredit people by making an absolute fallacy about an entire group of people.
Why do you bother wasting your time? You're trying to save humanity from feeling love and knowing that their souls are eternally saved.
Oh, and you don't have a problem with preaching your beliefs? See, here's the thing I always find really ironic. I've seen so many people who are anti-evolutionists complain about people always talking about evolution and talking about atheism and commenting on the internet about their views on religion. Like, there aren't Christians that don't ever do that with extreme hatred. No. That'd be absurd.
You want to save them from that, huh? You're on some big humanitarian quest to mock it? You make devils out of yourselves. If you know what's good for you, you'd give Jesus Christ a try before it's too late, if it's not already too late for you.
So you talk down about people preaching atheism, yet here you are doing the exact same thing for Christianity. Practice what you preach. Get it? Preach. Get it? Preach! Get it?
I'm telling you the side of love. I'm not cussing you out. Don't give me that high and mighty garbage. You're the ones who need to look in the mirror when you say that garbage.
Oh, the irony of that statement.
You hear? Now get on with your life and serve Jesus Christ instead of your own intellect. It's not going to save you. It's going to take you straight to hell.
This is actually going to be a little bit special because I'm doing a review on not just one video, but two. And it's almost sort of a second degree commentary because the video is one and the same. I'm still reviewing the two different parts as separate videos. So the main focus on this video is on a person named Josh Markey CEOP. He is a commentator who uses the Microsoft Sam voice. Oh, you know how much everyone loves that voice. And I'm basically doing a review on one of his OSCs because there's just so many things wrong with it, and the fact on how he tries to defend his points by bringing up really irrelevant stuff. Yeah. So to really get into this video, I need to explain a little bit of a backtrack. So the video he's doing on is a commentary that Die2234 did on Slainender. SlaneEnder basically made a butthurt video to Die2234 using Microsoft Sam Voice, and it's just really hilarious on how butthurt he got. And I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, he's not trying to disguise this at all. So just a little summary on SlaneEnder is he's basically just this kid who got in some little mini internet war with someone named PSI Paula 4. I really don't know much about it, mainly because that's not really the focus for this video, but from what I know, he's basically a kid who overreacts too much, and he's also a block spammer. So basically, if you even just leave one negative comment, you have like a 90% chance of being blocked. Yeah, that's how insane he goes. And just proof here, I'll show a comment that I left. After leaving this comment, I was immediately blocked. So basically, I was just responding to one of his little butthurt videos he made on PSI Paula 4, and I basically just said, yeah, you're very butthurt. You're just going to block him just like that? Way to pussy out. And he just replied saying, shove it up your ass, and then blocking me. Yeah, very mature. Yeah, I admit that that comment was a little bit harsh, but hey, I'm sort of a tough love commentator. But now into the actual video that I'm going to be reviewing. So this is the video that Die2234 did on SlaneEnder's response to him. Basically, SlaneEnder just made some really butthurt video about Die2234, and this is his response to it. And I'm not going to commentate through it. I will, though, commentate afterwards on how well Die2234 did.
Thunderbirds 2000 has something to tell about Die2234.
He said my name!
Hello. I am Thunderbirds 2000.
Oh, really? But your channel name says otherwise.
Die2234, I know you are a faggot and you suck at fail.
Wait, I suck at fail? What does that even mean?
And you stop calling me kid or I will block you for life.
Wait, you will block me for life? Did you already block me? Does it look like I care?
I need you to shut the fuck up and get the fuck out. Fuck off.
You want me to GTFO where?
Off.
That's it? Well, I guess we didn't learn much today because this guy is obviously retarded or something. Well, see ya!
Okay, I'm not going to talk about anything on SlaneEnder's video because I'm pretty sure you guys all know how bad his video was. But on Die2234's one shot on him, it was pretty good. You know, there wasn't a lot of detail in it, but then again, this is a one shot. I don't really expect it that much. He did make some pretty valid points, although it was more meant to be more of a joke one shot, I'd say. It was still pretty good, so it wasn't all that bad. I guess the reason Die2234 didn't make a lot of comments on what SlaneEnder did is because, you know, what else is there really to say? It's pretty blatant on what SlaneEnder did. I mean, it's not like Die2234 has to spoon feed it to you. But this isn't about him. This is about actually Josh Markey, CEOP. Now, before we get into what his response to Die2234's video is, I'd like to show you what he left in the comments to his video. I just posted a video response to your response to SlaneEnder. Prepare for the world of pain. And pretty much Die's reaction is the same as mine. Oh wow, I'm so petrified. But then Josh Markey responds with this. BTW, I do not have autism. Okay? Where did that come from? Die didn't say anything about that. He didn't even say it in his video because his video wasn't even about you. So then Die's response was, I didn't ask. And the way you act says otherwise. Ooh, sick burn. But still, that's one thing I want to point out that I want to bring up right now. Josh Markey has this weird habit of just saying stuff that's irrelevant to the argument. What does being autistic have anything to do with this? He didn't say anything that would remotely even hint that he called you autistic. So unless you're bringing it up just for the sake of being non sequitur, which is stupid, I don't see why you brought that up. Now, before I show Josh Markey's OSC on Die's video, I just want to show you what he put in the video description underneath, and might prove that Josh Markey is in fact a white knight. Requested by SlaneEnder. Seriously, Die, get on with it. Get on with what? I always agree with Slaneender, aka Lewis, aka Thunderbirds 2000. So you're totally just going to ignore the really large flaws Slaneender put in his video just because you always agree with him? You're seriously going to say that? Okay, let me put in a hypothetical for you. And this is just a hypothetical, it's not your situation. But let's say, what if Slaneender made a video where he said something really racist against black people or Asian people or Latinos, whatever? Would you agree with him then? Now, I'm not saying that it's not okay to side with your friends. I'll side with my friends too. But if they say something that I know is extremely wrong or is extremely offensive or is just completely untrue, then I'm going to call them out on it. I really will. A good example was with the 8-Bit Fox when the whole NewtrogicSonic thing was going on and how he still was kind of wanting to rag on him. And I called him out and I just said, dude, it's kind of old news now. He's apologized for what he said. He's trying to move on. I think it's just best to let it die. But anyways, over with the whole White Knight things, let's actually watch what Josh Markey's CEOP responded with.
First of all, Slaneender is not boring. Secondly, I agree with Slaneender, aka Thunderbirds 2000. Third, nobody likes your opinion on Slaneender. Just deal with it.
Okay, let's review the 3 points that he made on that video. Number 1, that Slaneender is not boring. Number 2, that he will always agree with Slaneender. Number 3, that nobody cares about Dai's opinion. That's seriously it? That's your OSC? Those are seriously your points? Well, Josh Markey on his YouTube channel page told everyone that if he accidentally messes up in any of his videos, to tell him. Well, Josh Markey, I'm going to do just that, because believe me, you messed up a lot in this video. Pretty much, this is what I'm summing up. Number 1, don't use a computerized voice. Just don't. It's not really good for commentaries. I'd rather hear someone's real voice than hear Microsoft Sam or Speakonia. Second, he didn't prove anything in his commentary. He didn't point out any logical fallacies. He didn't call out Dai's bullshit, which he didn't really make any, except maybe for the retard comment. He probably could have called him out on that. But no, instead, he just made a bunch of these statements that were irrelevant to the video and proved my third point, that he's white knighting him, that he'll always agree with him. Number 4, his whole no one cares about your opinions is a tu quo qui argument. And also, it's not entirely true, because if no one cared about his opinion, then Josh Markey would have made this video. So obviously, Josh Markey cares about his opinion, because otherwise he wouldn't have made this video. But still back to the whole tu quo qui thing. That could be said almost about anyone's opinion. That could be said about Slaneender's opinion. That could be said about my opinion. That could be said about Josh Markey's opinion on Dai. So that's really just a whole argument that just falls flat on its face. And 5, I want to point this out because Josh Markey likes to disable ratings and put his comments up for his approval. I find that to be really cowardice when you're doing commentaries. See, I don't censor. You can thumb my video down. You can leave nasty comments on MrSirRaven because I believe in free speech. And honestly, I think you have a right to say about whatever you want about me whenever you want. I think that's perfectly okay. Of course, if you leave like a troll comment or you leave like a butthurt comment, I'm going to call you out on it. But still, I don't monitor stuff like that. That's like what Onision does. And then here are Josh Markey's responses. His first one, dude, I don't have a headset. And that comment makes no sense because of mean people keep blaming me for disabling the rating. Okay, that didn't make any grammatical sense. Okay, first off, the whole I don't have a headset thing, yeah, that's not an excuse. You don't need a headset to be able to record voice. In fact, I'm not using a headset right now. I'm just using a microphone, which costs me like $20. They're really easy to buy. In fact, I'm pretty sure you can find some really good like used ones for maybe even less, like $10 or $7. And then what doesn't make sense? And that comment makes no sense because of mean people keep blaming you. So it doesn't make sense because mean people keep blaming you for disabling the rating. I love the fact that he says mean people. No, it's not the fact that they're mean. Well, maybe some of them are mean, but it's the fact that you're censoring people's opinions. because we have a right to call you out on your bullshit. That's why I don't disable ratings, because I don't think that's fair. So how does that make no sense? Why are you trying to argue? Or are you just completely lost? And then his second comment is, and hell, comma, I get trolled, comma, a lot of times, comma, because I like metal. And pie also. Again, relevancy. Josh Markey, if you're trying to argue or debate something with me, you gotta bring up relevant points. These aren't relevant points. And the worst part is, we're not even done with this, because after I left these comments, he went to go start posting on the channel comment section of my channel, and the irrelevancy just continues on. So he left this comment originally on my channel. Look here, I do not have a headset or a microphone. As I explained earlier, you do not need a headset or a microphone to record audio. Does it help? Yes, but is it 100% needed? No, it is not. Because most computers nowadays are built with Windows Movie Maker or iMovie in them, and they can record audio without needing a microphone or a headset. So it's not like that you're completely unable unless you're recording on a really old computer, like I'm talking about like back in like the early 90s, then there's really no excuse that you have. But if you really need those things, then guess what? You can go out and buy them. They're very cheap. Just go out and buy a used one for like $10, $15 or even less than that, and then you'll be fine. I'd rather hear someone's voice than hear Microsoft Sam, because that's really lazy in my opinion. It's just not a really good thing to be doing when commentating. So I told him that. I said, that's not an excuse. Now, if you're wondering why I'm leaving the comment on my channel, not his channel, it's because he doesn't allow people who aren't his contacts to leave channel comments on his channel. So I had to leave it here. Yeah, I know, it's kind of stupid, but pretty much it just started this really stupid like little debate in my comments. So then his response to that was, yes it is, do not complain about it. And then continue on going, by the way, complaining to me about the natural Microsoft Sam voice will not let you get away with your complaining shit. What am I trying to get away with? What does that even mean? You're totally derailing what we're discussing about something else. So what's originally about is the fact that you're just using an excuse of that you do not have a headset or microphone to use Microsoft Sam, and then you say, oh, but I'm not going to let you get away with complaining about this. Okay, well then good. Don't let me get away with complaining about it. I want people to know that, yes, I'm calling you out on your shit, saying, hey, you shouldn't be using this. And I feel like that I'm not the first person to do this. I feel like this is almost like a Sirius the Hedgehog Co. moment. You know how like Sirius the Hedgehog Co., he wouldn't use editing, or he wouldn't use a Windows Movie downloader, and we had to keep telling him over and over again. When I say we, I mean the commentary community. And we keep telling him all these great ways of doing it, yet he still will never do it. I feel like it's almost the same exact way where it just goes in one ear and out the other. So, am I the first person to do this? If I am, then great. But then let this be an eye-opener, Josh Markey, that yes, you should record with your voice. And if that means getting a headset or a microphone, then that's fine. Go out and do it. Buy a used one that's really cheap. You don't need to get this super expensive one for like $500. I'm not asking you to do that. But you shouldn't be using Microsoft Sam, because usually people who use a computerized voice don't get the best reputation here. Gyro. But now for my favorite comment left by Josh Markey. This comment is so irrelevant, so non-germane to what he's trying to prove that, do you know what? Let me just show you. Josh Markey, CEOP, said to me, and I quote, "Trust me, Slaneender is Asian and is from Hong Kong." Cool story, brah. Josh Markey, what were you trying to prove with this? This is super irrelevant to what we were debating on. In fact, I wasn't even talking about Slaneender. I was discussing stuff about your video and how your video was flawed. Why did you even bring this up? This has nothing to do with what we were debating about. I guess you were trying to change the subject, yet you completely failed on it? Why do I care if Slaneender is from Hong Kong? What does that make the difference? Oh, he's from Hong Kong, blah, blah, blah. I guess this is over then. No, that's stupid. What, is that your way of trying to protect him from blame or something? Because that really doesn't work. That's the great thing about the internet. You can make a crappy video in Hong Kong and then get called out on your bullshit in America. Yay. So in summation, Josh Markey, if you're going to learn to defend something or call on someone's bullshit, learn to bring up relevant points. Because saying that he's from Hong Kong doesn't really help your case at all. That is super irrelevant to what we were discussing. Maybe you could elaborate on why that is related to the subject, but if you can't, then don't bring it up. Also, don't make too queer arguments, and if you're going to call someone out on their BS, then please explain and provide proof for it. Because otherwise, you're just telling me that you're very immature. But don't worry, it's not just your video that's telling me you're immature, it's also from your channel. Because as from his channel, he's a block spammer. He wants you to false flag this Gary12GG guy, but don't false flag him or otherwise he's going to come at you. An anti-troll list, or basically his supporters and his white knights. A butthurt list, which are people that call him out on his bullshit. And of course, making stupid channel memes. Now, if Josh Markey is a troll, I really don't care. This commentary still stands. Because if he's truly trolling, then he's doing a really bad job of it. Because I know trolls. I have friends in real life who like to troll on the internet for fun. Yeah, because now it's like a pastime activity here in America. But you're doing it wrong if you're trying to troll Josh Markey. But something tells me that you're really not. And besides, even if he was a troll, I still do not find that a viable excuse. Because as M. Scola once said about Flippy Invader,
saying that this kid is trolling is basically saying that this kid is smart enough to pretend that he's stupid.